Real. Good morning and happy Sunday, Tilters. What's going on? Oh, here with me is my boy, FF, one of a kind himself. Oh, man, Juan, we already have football going on this morning.
It's on and cracking.
And we were searching for the game. No one publicly said, hey, it's on ESPN Plus. I mean, come on, Get with the program. I mean, I think I checked all 1,200 channels that I have on DirecTV, and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, we don't support ESPN Plus.
Yeah, you can tell I'm getting old, Chef, because I'm searching and doing all kinds of different things to try to find the game, and I'm like, Google it, and then boom, ESPN Plus. Right off the rip.
So I mean, you're starting to learn new ways of technology. You just Google everything like everybody else does.
Yeah, you either Google it or like we're doing today. I'm supposed to be across from you at the chef's table in the wonderful Tilt Israel studios, but unfortunately I had to do the show from home tonight. But I had to get with the program and I had to go here, and I'm on my phone. I got the headphones in. It seems to be working. Everything's up and running. And we're live. And shout out Mr. Swanson. It is Sunday, my dudes.
Yeah. Where is he? We never know where he is. I swear.
He's always at a wedding with a bow tie hanging off his, off his neck. a little under the weather from last night, probably. So he's not going to be here with us today, but he's here in spirit as always.
Well, we miss him as my man has like 8 weddings.
Yeah, he's in like every weekend. It feels like he's at a bachelor party or at a wedding. Living the life.
Apparently.
Yeah. But we're living the life, and it's the Tilt Israel, and it's Sunday morning, Chef, and this is what we do. You got your boy Etienne, my boy Etienne, going off already all day long. It's going to be a good day. Your boy Russ, Chef, not looking good.
Who said it was my boy first and foremost? All right,
you're not claiming him. Oh,
I'm not claiming him.
That's right. Your wife loves Russ.
Yeah, I guess just for the simple look. Oh, yeah, he's handsome.
Yeah, that has to be it, because it ain't his play on the field. Not this year.
But Juan, we have a laundry list of players already out today. I'm going to put the ticker on the bottom of the screen. Jamar Chase, Matt Ryan, Deebo Samuel, Ryan Tannehill. We get to see Malik Willis first start of his season.
Excited about that.
We lost Breece Hall. We have Alan Lazard out, David Njoku, Daniel Bellinger, Mike Boone, Kyle Phillips, Cole Turner, Jahan Dotson, Kyle Juszczyk, Chuba Hubbard. So keep a lookout for those Dante Foreman tilts this morning.
Yep.
Of course, James Conner, Zeke Elliott. I don't think he's going. Chris Boswell's out.
He's not going.
Collins is out. And then we have 3 important late game time decisions: DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, and Darren Waller. For those of you that have missed that are watching, it is ticking on the bottom of the screen. Juan, let's get into some of these tilts, man, because
let's do it.
They came flying in this morning. Big Green, shout out to Big Green.
Shout out Big Green.
He says he only has one question today, which, you don't have to just have one. Get some more leagues. Michael Carter or Deontay Foreman half-point PPR.
Chef, I don't know if he has to get more leagues. Maybe he's been listening to the tilt, so he's been doing well.
Uh-oh.
Hold on a second. Somebody's knocking. I'll be back.
All right. Well, it's Foreman all day for me, Big Greens. And shout out to Big Greens. He's been with us since the beginning, and he totally agrees. Also, Claypool or Traquan Smith. I'm going to have to say Claypool in this instance. If you don't have anyone better, I'm going to go Claypool, only because Traquan Smith really did not do anything when he was on the field last time with Andy Dalton on the field. It's really just Olave in that offense that I'm playing. And if you want to stream Andy Dalton for a certain reason, like you have nobody else, it's a 2 QB league or a super flex league, that's okay as well. And we got someone coming in. Zach coming in. Good morning, Tilt Squad. That's funny as heck, Big Greens. That hurt to even ask. And yeah, it hurt for me to even say it. Juan just jumping back in. He says, Big Greens had a question. Claypool or Traquan Smith? And
we got to go ahead. Traquan, right?
I actually answered Claypool.
Really?
for the simple reason that the last time Traquan Smith was on the field did not do much with Andy Dalton. And I think Olave just takes over that game.
Yeah, Olave is going to definitely bogart the targets. I just want to give an update real quick. We're going to lose water pressure. They came knocking. It was actually not only were they knocking like the police, they were the police, and they're telling us they're doing some
Oh,
construction work outside all weekend, and they said we're going to lose water pressure. I'm like, did you have
it
to knock
sounded
on the
like the
door?
police.
Right, they knocked like the police, and it was the police indeed. But
Oh
yeah,
man.
I want to go Traquan just because I know Olave's been bogarting all the targets, but Traquan should get enough, and I don't trust anyone on that Pittsburgh offense right now. Like Najee hasn't gotten 12 points all year. Deontay's usually a target monster. Like you can chase the Claypool points, but I feel like there's probably 6 to 8 targets in it for Traquan Smith today.
6 to 8 targets. Yeah, I guess he had 6 targets last week for 5 for 59 against Arizona. I guess so.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's tough, man. That's a tough, icky question.
Mm-hmm.
And he even said it himself, that hurt to even ask.
You're in a
But
deep tilt. You're in a deep tilt right there. But if you're going to chase the points, I guess at that point, it's probably a flex we're looking at, Chef, in the lineup. So I get where that hurts, and you're throwing a dart. I can understand the love for Claypool. You're chasing the home run, you're chasing the long touchdown, maybe a red zone target here or there. So maybe, but yeah, like I said, I'll probably, if I'm chasing points at that point, I'll take the 6 targets. I'll take that 5 for 59. I'll take 11 points from Traquan right now if you gave me the option.
I like it. I'm not mad at it. I think Claypool has a lot more to fight over.
Oh, but also more upside. So I
Correct.
understand your inclination to want to play him.
It's like a flip a coin option at this point.
Yeah,
All right, Zach coming back in. Paris
my
Campbell,
man Zach.
Rondell Moore, Tyler Algier, Gabe Davis, and Darius Slayton. Ooh, we haven't said that name in the show in about 2
It's
years.
been a little bit.
He needs 1 wide receiver and 2 flex spots. Well, Gabe Davis is locked and loaded in my wide receiver position here. I think Algier gets enough work. What do you
Probably, Chef.
think?
Yeah, probably. He's been getting the carries. I know he's been getting the majority of the snap share on that team, and he's been getting 14, 15 carries a game, which leads the backfield. Farley will probably get some touches down near the goal line. I don't love that offense at all, but I think over the other options here, I think I'll go with you and go Algier. And Gabe Davis, you're right, is an absolute lock
So
this
we need
week.
1 more flex spot
Mm-hmm.
for Zach. It's a toss-up for me between Rondell Moore and Paris Campbell.
I don't mind Paris Campbell against the Titans. I don't mind that.
I don't mind it as much. I'm just worried whether or not Ellinger is actually going to target him. We don't know. We haven't seen him yet in live action. It's his first NFL start.
It is.
He is known to run the ball. He ran the ball in college. He had over 11 touchdowns in college rushing. He
Yeah.
does have an arm. He has a rocket for an arm, but his accuracy was his issue. That's what paused me on picking him coming out of the combine. I am not sure if this Colts offense can hold up, but we shall see.
Now,
And
do you think the reason that Ellinger's starting is because the offensive line has been so suspect and they gave up so much pressure? Like Matt Ryan was under duress. You get a mobile quarterback who can extend plays, and a guy like Paris Campbell at that second level, because he was gifted coming out of Ohio State. Like I could see a broken play where he does finally throw a deep ball to Paris Campbell, something where he's bootlegging right, and then Paris Campbell breaks out deep somewhere, and he's able to hit him over the top. Because you have to Ellinger starting. So what are the Titans going to do? They're going to put pressure. They're going to put 8 in the box. They're going to try to stop the run.
I mean, we can live in the past and put him up against the Titans because he had 10 for 70 and a touchdown against the Titans last week. This week
bad.
they play the Washington Commanders.
Even better.
So I mean,
Even
it is
better.
a better matchup.
Even better.
But yeah, I
Give me
guess I'm going to
Paris.
go Paris Campbell.
Let's go Paris.
So we have Paris Campbell, Tyler Algier, and Gabe Davis. Stay away from Slayton. Rondell Moore, it's okay,
Chef.
but
I like your boy Slayton, but we'll go Paris Campbell.
yeah, I'm not that brings me up to a good point, Juan, and I'm gonna hide this real fast because the Giants are playing in Seattle today, and I talked to my boy Joe, and Joe's like, oh wait, let me jump on here real fast.
It's time for the 3Fs, your fantasy football forecast. And looking across the National Football League on Sunday, only one game has an F for its weather, and that is over in Seattle. maybe the most surprising game of the week with on-field play, the New York Giants, with only one loss, going to the first place in the NFC West Seattle Seahawks for a 425 matchup. And we got rain for most, if not all, of the game here. So we are talking about periods of rain. Good news is no lightning, and winds are going to be relatively on the lighter side here, generally coming from the south, 10 to 15 miles an hour. But with that rain and temperatures only in the low 50s at kickoff, it is going to be plenty icky out there, and I would imagine you got a good amount of running going on instead of passing. Guys, back over to you.
All right, so we just heard Joe Martucci, shout out our resident meteorologist, fantasy football
Huge.
meteorologist, and he says it's going to be raining all day in Seattle. We waited for this. It's Seattle, the rainiest city in the United States, and it's going to be a run game. I think Kenneth Walker and Saquon Barkley are your safe bets, even a little bit of Daniel Jones, Geno Smith. And we have problems with that offense on the Seattle side. We talked about it a little bit earlier with Tyler Lockett, questionable. DK
DK.
Metcalf with the knee injury, very, very questionable. Game time decision. He's going to test it before kickoff. And that puts us in a predicament where I am kind of staying away from the pass catchers. If you have to play Wan'Dale Robinson, go ahead, throw him in your flex. I think he's a safe bet for targets. But other than that, I am staying away from the Giants offense.
I would leave it alone too, Chef. I would
Yeah,
leave it alone. Just stay with the running backs.
Kicks for Mike. Shout
Kicks
out.
for
I see you in
Mike's.
the chat. Let's get with Mike Hyde, my man Hyde. He said
Hyde.
Swanson is still snoring in Delaware. We've had so many weddings this year. Yeah, I was in one.
Yeah, you
One
guys
is
are on a
enough for
rampage.
this old man. I'll tell you that. I mean, I think these guys have been in like 4 or 5 weddings this year.
They're up
It's
there,
just
Chef.
crazy. And Hyde wants to know, pick 2, Campbell, Renfro, Myers, or Wilson. Garrett Wilson, I'm assuming.
Yeah, Garrett Wilson for sure. Yeah,
Renfro coming back in the fold off the concussion protocol and all that.
if there's no Waller, Renfro gets a bump up. You know,
And Waller
you
is
got
a game time decision.
So yeah, that's a tick up for Renfro. But I think I might go the first 2, Chef.
Really? Campbell and Renfro.
Yeah, Zach Wilson has 1 touchdown this year. You know, uno. Like, so it scares me off of Garrett Wilson for that reason. Like, and that game could be real ugly. I don't know if I have this stat right, Chef, but the Jets and Patriots last 12 games, I think the Patriots are 12-0. I know the way the season has been going. But Belichick coming off a loss, facing a team that he's beaten 12 straight times. I feel like the defense.
Both of these teams are definitely different in a sense.
Yeah.
What we've seen in the past. It's almost like they flip flopped. The Jets without Breece Hall, Zach Wilson is going to have to throw the ball today. And I think Garrett Wilson is going to be a live
he's
target.
the one.
Without Corey Davis in the offense today,
Yep.
Corey Davis is out.
They activated Moore. Moore's going to play, but Wilson, you're right, is the one.
I think Wilson is okay. It's a big question mark. I would probably put him slightly over Renfro, especially if Waller plays. Myers has a decent matchup against Michael Carter for the Jets, the slot cornerback.
The Jets are playing really well against receivers, though.
Yeah, I think, and we saw what the Bears were able to do against that New England defense last week. So I'm going to go Campbell because we already kind of stuck our flag in Campbell this morning. And then it's a toss up between the last 3. I want to say Renfro, but I don't want to trust him with Matt Collins being hot in that offense. Myers is like the safe play, and Wilson is the high ceiling.
Yeah, there's no Lattimore today, so I feel like Devontae Adams is going to have 20 friggin' targets. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how much I can trust the volume for Renfro. So it is a toss-up between those 3. I'd probably go Campbell and Wilson, and I wouldn't feel bad about it.
I'm right there with you.
Right?
And it's not a there's no wrong pick for that second guy here because they
No.
all have question marks.
But they can all go 7 for 72 and maybe get a touchdown. So
Yeah,
like
I think Wilson has the highest ceiling
he's due
out of those last three players, those three choices, Renfro, Myers, and Wilson.
ceiling wise, yep.
Yeah, and I mean, but a safer floor is probably Jacoby Myers. He's been getting his targets. He
Floor,
will,
yeah.
yeah. And if Mac Jones, who is getting the start today, will be looking Myers' way, especially, they're not going to be able to throw it deep. They're just not. Sauce Gardner on the outside, he's
Yeah,
living
yeah.
on an island. So I don't think that Devontae Parker is going to get as many targets as you would hope for. I think they run the ball a lot with Ramondre Stevenson
That's a great matchup.
and
Two
a
dudes that
Damian
are
Harris coming second week back off a sprained ankle. I believe he had a high sprain.
mhm.
So I'm going to go Wilson here. I'm going to go with the ceiling because
Let's
that's
do
what you
that.
want out of your flex play.
You're already doing it with Campbell against the Mandos, so you might as well go with Wilson and shoot for the moon.
Right. 100%. All right.
Good
Great
tilt.
tilt.
Good tilt,
Great tilt.
Hyde. Early candidate for tilt of the week,
And
but
Hyde's got one more. If we can
uh-oh.
do it fast. Traquan, Callaway, or Parker. Someone else on waivers. Lost everyone to injuries.
I'm
Ooh.
on that train, man. I have teams with Jamar Chase and Michael Thomas. Like I'm hurting, dude. I'm hurting that receiver. So I feel this pain.
I would. Oh man,
So Parker versus Sauce Chef. They're both 6'3", both 210.
I don't like
It's
Parker
a
this
huge
week
match.
at all.
No, I don't want that matchup at all. That kid's good. That Sauce Gardner kid.
And
He's
Callaway
really
was
good.
didn't he fumble last week or something like that? And he messed up somewhere. In this instance, Hyde, I would go with Traquan.
Traquan against the Raiders, yeah.
Yeah, that's like the only reason why. And
Hope he hits a home run.
if you're watching here for the first time, jump on YouTube, hit that like and subscribe, ring the bell. You get notified every Sunday morning when we go live at 10 a.m. We are here until 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or Eastern Daylight Time. They're changing it all up on us, but let's keep it rolling, Juan.
Wait, real quick, Chef.
Go ahead.
Because he said also waivers, and I know you're big on Donovan Peoples-Jones, who's
Yes.
probably very available in a game that could be ugly or could be a really nice shootout on Monday night. Would you pick up Donovan Peoples-Jones over Traquan Smith Monday night?
Ooh,
Against
Eli Apple for the.
I had to put you in a tight spot.
And you're putting me in the tight spot because you dropped him for Kadarius Toney, and the only reason why I picked up Donovan Peoples-Jones is because I'm 6-1 in that league, and
right.
and I know you have the quarterback, and I am waiting for the quarterback to return to make Donovan Peoples-Jones more relevant, almost like a Will Fuller. Because that's what Donovan Peoples-Jones is. He's built like Will Fuller. He runs like Will Fuller. He might be Will Fuller.
Maybe.
Hopefully without the injuries, of course.
I was going to say. And the questions of where is he right now? Like, where's Waldo? Like,
right. So as far as waivers go, I don't know if there's anybody out here that's going to get much more. Is Mac Hollins available? Is he on your waiver wire? That's someone I would trust a little bit more than Traquan, Callaway, or Parker.
So you would take Hollins, maybe Peoples-Jones, but
maybe.
Probably
and
Hollins.
if you really want to go crazy and jump out a window, Marquise Goodwin. All right. If DK and Tyler, if they both don't play, which I believe Tyler Lockett does, maybe you chase those points from last week. I believe he had 5 for 70 and 2 touchdowns last week, somewhere around those lines. I know he scored twice. That might be a sneaky flex option for those of you that are defeated by injury this week. All right, let's move on. Kicks for Mike says, got a couple good tilts, my man. All right, let's see him. Kicks for Mike.
Kicks for Mike.
He needs a running back, 2, and a flex. Mostert, Pierce, Pollard, Boyd. Wow. Now, this is the kind of tilt that I can really sink my teeth into, Juan, because I like all 4 of these players this week.
Well, wait, is that Damian or Alec?
I'm assuming it is. If it's
Damian, it's too easy.
All right. Well, let's say it's Damian because it seems like he listed his running backs first. I'm definitely playing Pollard this week up against a Bears defense where we saw Ramondre Stevenson tear apart the Bears last week. I think Dallas, with Zeke being out, I think Pollard is going to get all the run game,
Yeah.
all the passing work, the drop down work. He even works out of the slot in 4 receiver sets. So I think Pollard is definitely locked and loaded as an RB2. And then,
High
man,
end, I think. He
yeah.
might be in all my dailies today.
And I don't think you can get off the heater of Raheem Mostert, man. You
He's
really can't.
he's getting all the work. Edmonds
And
is
he's going up
non-existent.
against the 31st ranked Detroit Lions defense. Like, this team is on fire. They should be able to make it down to the goal line. He should have goal to go scenarios where he can just punch it in. He's doing the pass catching. I mean, even with Damian Pierce doing as well as he is, I think his ceiling is limited to the fact that Washington's defense is starting to get a little bit better. I'm going to go Mostert and Pollard here, and I'm going to play the running backs.
I'm gonna go with that too. Let's go Pollard and Mostert. I like Boyd though. I like Boyd. I like Pierce. I don't have a problem with either one. This is a great tilt kicks for Mike. Like, you're good. You should feel safe going into this. Any of the two that you pick, any two out of those 4 that you pick, you're fine. But definitely don't leave Pollard out of your lineups. And yeah, let's keep riding the Mostert heater.
Yeah, definitely 100%.
Yeah.
Caesar Espinoza, good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, this is a great question.
Your
Gino
boy.
or Kirk Cousins, pick 2, Hunt, B-Rob, Dobbs, Wandell Robinson. And of course, he says, thank you, of course. I appreciate that, Caesar. I'm going to go Kirk.
Yep.
Coming out of the bye, going up against a beat up Arizona defense, I think Justin Jefferson is going to have a heck of a day. Also, Adam Thielen could be a sneaky flex start for the other question. If Thielen was out on waivers, go ahead and pick him up. Going up against Antonio Hamilton for Arizona, it just looks bad in that sense. But I'm going to go Kirk Cousins here. And one of the reasons, Juan, is the DK news. All right. We don't know what's going to happen.
And Tooch told us the rain, man.
Yes.
Joe Martucci just told us it's going to be rainy and ugly. I don't even know if he throws for 200 yards today. He might on a broken play or some such, but I don't trust that at all. Cousins easy for me. It's the pick and 2 that I'm
You're stumbling on the pick and 2, huh? I mean, Brian Robinson, he's been able to get into the end zone last week. He's not turning his opportunities into big scores, which makes me nervous about that. Wandell Robinson, I'm okay with playing because he's the only one in that offense that you know is going to be targeted. And Seattle can give up points. We've seen it. I think this may be a sneaky breakout game for Wandell Robinson if
only because you have to throw short and he's going to be in the slot, right? And he's going to be catching a lot of that underneath stuff, and you could maybe they'll work in some jet sweep type situations for him for Wandell to get him some touches. I don't mind any of these guys though. Really, like, I feel like Kareem Hunt could be in a shootout on Monday night, and then coming from behind, it lessens Chubb and raises up Kareem Hunt slightly, and then Dobbs could be in a shootout tonight against Buffalo, like coming from behind late in the game. This isn't bad. This is a pretty good tilt from Cesar Espinoza right here. Like, this is good.
It's an excellent tilt from Cesar Espinoza.
And it's a double tilt too. So this is a pretty good one.
The Hunt situation, which scares me the most, is that there's been a lot of trade rumors surrounding Kareem Hunt. So they may not even.
That's true. That's true, Chef. That's true.
You know, we saw James Robinson for the Jags not get one snap right before he got traded.
Yep.
And if there's a lot of trade rumors on the table, I'm afraid of that. I'm going to go.
That's a good point, Chef.
And
I like that.
Dobbs, man, we heard Aaron Rodgers totally say, hey, the kid messing up. I mean, it should be Romeo drops at this point. So I'm going to, unfortunately, I'm going to go B-Rob and Wanda and Dub Rob. Can we say that? Dubs Rob? W Rob? W Rob and B-Rob.
Dub Rob, yeah.
Give me the Robinsons.
I like that. Let's go with the Robinsons.
Yeah. Give me the Robinsons.
Meet the Robinsons.
Meet the Robinsons on Sunday morning. And okay, going back to one of my favorite tilters, Sarah Riley. What's up, my girl?
Riley.
Half point PPR, start 2. Oh, and I love her team. She has studs everywhere. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Swift, Higgins, Ayuk, or Gabe Davis. She's already starting Walker, Jefferson, and ETN. Shout out Sarah Riley. See you in the finals.
See you in the playoffs all day.
All right, so let's dig in a little bit here. I
Sheesh.
love Gabe Davis in this matchup. Um,
I know you love Gabe Davis, Chef, but like I don't know how you leave Amon Ra out. Like the Dolphins are struggling in the secondary. We
yep.
just lost. Igbinogheni's gone. Needham is gone. Brandon Jones is gone. Uh,
Igbenogany's still there, I believe.
no,
He's out.
no, yeah, he's injured too. Brandon Jones is injured. Needham's injured. I'm pretty sure we're not gonna have Byron Jones this week either. But then he's gonna get Xavier Howard. So maybe this is a great tilt. These are all good options.
I think
Ayuk
you
with
could
no
beat out
Debo.
Xavier. I think Josh Reynolds gets Xavier Howard. If Amon Ross lives in the slot, he's
Then
going up
he's
against
fine.
Cater or Kohu, which
Bruh.
I don't even know who that
Practice
is.
squad. He was on the
Yeah,
practice squad, Chef.
exactly. So he's
It's
gonna
bad
tear
for the
him up
Dolphins.
and cut him into a pumpkin. He's gonna be like a Jack O'
Hmm.
Lantern. Huh. And
But this
this,
is
I'm okay with. I'm okay with the receiver section. Swift coming out of the bye, he
it's
still
half
had a
point PPR.
questionable.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm gonna go St. Brown and Davis.
Davis over Higgins with no Chase and over Ayuk with no Debo.
I know it hurts, doesn't it? Um,
Listen, I love Davis because you know Jair is going to be on Stephon Diggs.
right.
So Davis does get a favorable matchup, right? But he's going to get
Yeah.
Stokes. He's bigger.
I
He
guess you
should be
could
able to
go
body him.
Higgins instead. I'm
I think
okay with the St. Brown and Higgins.
I like that better.
I'm okay with that. He's going to
I
get the
feel
target
safer
work. I mean, you could say the same thing about Ayuk, but it's a tougher defense.
and a slower offense with less production and Burrow's on a heater. I like Higgins this week a lot.
Yeah, they're going to have to throw, and Higgins is going to be targeted a lot. All right, so I'm okay with that. Gabe
Okay,
Davis, close second for
right
sure.
behind him. Yeah, I'll put him right behind him.
Jose Vega, welcome.
Welcome.
Defensive question. Rams, Miami, or Seattle? Also, Brandon Cooks or Van Jefferson, full PPR. Man, that's a tough one at the end here. Let's get into the defensive side of the ball first, Juan. What do you
So
think?
normally I would be like rain game. Danny Dimes is going to give you one. Seattle's defense has been surprisingly getting better and better throughout the year. My Dolphins, though, Jared Goff is guaranteed to give you one. I won't
Mm-hmm.
trust the Rams. Even without Debo, I feel like the 49ers will be able to do what they need to do to be able to move the ball and
Yeah.
get yardage. And, Jimmy G's pretty safe. So the quarterback that's going to give me a turnover or let me sack him is either going to be named Jared Goff or Danny Dimes. So one of those two defenses. And even with
Rain
the
game.
injuries, let's go with the rain game, right? And some fumbles and some mishaps. Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe no DK, maybe no Lockett. But then Jared Goff, Chef, is almost guaranteed to throw you a pick six inning.
And they haven't scored more than 6 points in their last 2
They've been
games.
struggling, but they get Swift and they get Amon Ra, and their pieces are back together. But I still feel like he's so turnover prone.
Miami's a little banged up too in their secondary.
It's bad. Yeah, it's bad.
I'm
Might be
gonna go
weird.
Seattle here in the
Let's go
rain.
Seattle.
I'm gonna
Let's
go in Seattle in the rain. I think the game does not go over. It's over. I think it's like 45.5 points or something like that.
I feel like that's high. They're not taking the rain into account enough, I don't think.
Yeah, I think Seattle's defense is going to be okay. They're going to stick to the Giants. Really haven't scored more than 25 points.
Nope.
And I don't think they do in the rain game. It could be a lot of Saquon Barkley running the ball. We talked about it. Short dinks and dunks, maybe a couple field goals. Yeah, give me Seattle D. Good question, Jose. And then Brandon Cooks or Van Jefferson. I don't trust either of these guys.
No, but I haven't seen it from Van at all. So you have to go Cooks and hope for the best. I haven't seen anything from Van Jefferson. The Niners are still the Niners.
And it's funny because trade rumors came out this morning that Brandon Cooks might go back to the Rams.
They could use him. Wow, that would be a full circle replacement.
Full circle.
Yeah, wow. So again, are you scared that might be something that doesn't happen? Are you scared that might be a trade that doesn't?
I think it all depends on what Van Jefferson could do for this offense. If he can give it a little bit more of a jump start on the outside, it's the first game back. Obviously, they activated him off IR. I'm not 100% playing Van Jefferson this week. It's a wait and see kind of situation. Brandon Cooks, he's going to be involved in the offense, and I know that he's going to have to get targeted. They are going to be having to play from behind. So to answer your question, Jose, if there's no one else left on waivers, go ahead and check out Matt Collins, like we mentioned earlier. He may be available, but it's Brandon Cooks for me. It's not Van Jefferson.
Yeah, I'll go Brandon Cooks as well. Good
All
tilt
right.
though. Good
Yeah,
double
great
tilt.
tilt. All right, and then we have Zach coming in here. Gino or Brissett? I'm going Gino in this instance.
I go Brissett. We're gonna have to split the difference. I just feel like Brissett's got a chance to be playing come from behind football on Monday night and have to throw the ball around a whole bunch. Gino, we just mentioned the rain game. Tooch told us about the rain. Maybe no DK, maybe no Lockett. Giants defense is way better than we thought. Chef, going into like the last 2 weeks ago, your defense was blitzing on 39% of plays. When they played against Lamar Jackson, they ramped that up. Wink Martindale had you guys blitzing on 63% of the pass plays. Your defense is bringing the heat, and in the rain, bringing that kind of pressure. I actually believe in the Giants defense and the way you guys are playing. That's how you're winning those games. You just mentioned that the games are all low scoring. I feel like that's a low scoring game, and there's a capped ceiling on Gino, especially with the injuries. I'm gonna ride with Brissett.
With the cap situation that you just talked about, and I love that you said that, would you rather start one of these two, Gino or Brissett, or go out and pick up Malik Willis this morning?
Malik Willis.
Thank you.
Malik Willis, and I'm rolling the dice. Yeah,
I would rather roll the dice on the rookie and with
he might give you 70, 80 yards rushing. He
Yeah.
might just tuck and run and get moving. So yeah, I probably would roll the dice. I like that kind of gamble. So yeah, I would probably go with the rookie, but I would slightly over Brissett and then a gap between them and Gino. I just feel like Gino's going to come back down to earth this week. The Giants defense is better than anybody anticipated, and in a rain game, yeah, give me Brissett. But I would take Malik Willis for sure. If you can go get him and he's available in your league, he shouldn't be, but if he is, go get him.
Yeah, I think there might be a better option for you out there on waivers, Zach. But if there isn't, go. I'm down with playing Brissett this week.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's an icky one. All right, James Mendez, welcome back in. What's up, guys? Real thin at wide receiver. Lost Mike Williams, rest in peace. Hollywood Brown, rest in peace. Desperately need a wide receiver too. Options are Renfro, Dobbs, DPJ, Callaway, Traquan Smith, Goodwin. See, who do I go
love the
with?
tilters.
There are some other options too. Dobbs, I'm not trusting. I'm not trusting him. I don't trust DPJ. He's more of a pickup and stash, like I did in our league of record for when Watson comes back. Renfro, okay.
Renfro and Traquan are okay for me. Goodwin, if it wasn't going to be raining and all that.
You got to watch. Like, and this is the whole thing. Like the Seattle Seahawks, they don't play until 4:25.
I was going to say it's a
later game. I think.
But Chef, you could go Renfro, lock it in for the floor, and then you could opt to have Godwin as what you're gonna do, and still be able to pivot to DPJ, Dobbs, or Callaway. I mean DPJ or Dobbs later in those primetime games.
I don't like the pivot though.
I don't hate it though. Like if I have Goodwin locked in, but then they say, fine, DK's playing, Lockett's playing. I say, all right, fine. I'm not going to go with Goodwin. I'll pivot to either Dobbs or DPJ. We're tilting.
Tough.
This is
deep.
I'm
definitely tilting.
And this is a very deep tilt. You're struggling. You had the injuries happen to all your receivers. You're going to get Renfro for 6 for 60 yards. Like that's what you were hoping for out of Renfro. And then you're going to try to figure out of those next guys where to go. Before I trust Traquan, before I trust Callaway, I might go Goodwin in the hopes that there is an opportunity for him. And if there isn't, I can still pivot to Dobbs or DPJ.
I'm going to go with either Renfro or Traquan Smith here and keep it in that high scoring game, the Vegas versus New Orleans. We've seen both teams give up points. Saints defense has been giving up points to competitors. So I'm going to go Renfro or Traquan Smith. Traquan Smith for the ceiling that he could break one deep against the Raiders.
Could get one.
I'm not going to wait and see on Goodwin in this instance. So you have all these options here. And I've already, said my piece on Dobbs. Romeo drops right now. DPJ is a stash play. for weeks to come, probably until like week 12, I
So
believe. Watson
Renfro,
comes. Renfro,
12 or 13, yeah. Renfro for the floor.
Traquan, and then I might squeeze Callaway in there before I pivot to Goodwin rather.
All right. Renfro it is.
Yep. Oh, and Jim Rambo, coolest name
The
in fantasy
coolest name in
football.
fantasy.
Good morning, guys. Need help with each of my teams. Full point PPR in my flex, Wandell or Curtis Samuel. And also I have in my flex, Taysom, Tunyon, or Renfro. Thanks. So I guess we're talking about two different leagues here. I'm not trusting Curtis Samuel all of a sudden. Like, it's just tough. Tough beats. Indianapolis.
Heineke, he loves McLaurin, Heineke.
Yeah, and McLaurin's getting shadowed by Stephon Gilmore. I think they're going to try to run the ball. You're going to see a little bit more from Antonio Gibson this week. You know, Ron Rivera hinted to that. So I am kind of staying away from the Curtis Samuel
So
thing.
you want to go Wandell over Curtis Samuel? I don't think I can do that.
Ooh.
I don't think I can do that. In your
Wandell.
flex, it's Wandell or Curtis Samuel. That's the flex that Jim Rambo has right here. I
Uh-huh.
feel like I got to go Curtis Samuel.
I'm going to say Wandell Robinson up against Kobe Bryant for the Seattle Seahawks.
Go ahead, write that one down.
Oh, Wandell over Curtis?
Yeah. Write that one down.
All right, I'm writing it down.
If I was there across from me, I'd tap the notepad. Like, go ahead, put that one on wax.
I mean, hey, I get it. It's a little icky, and that's why we're here, Juan. Like, if we look at
100%.
what Curtis
100%.
Samuel has done lately, let's see, 5 for 53 last week against Green Bay. Green Bay's defense suspect, to say the least. Indianapolis, a little bit stronger front. I think the Indianapolis D steps up this week, slows down the Washington offense in whole. So I'm a little nervous about Curtis Samuel. I know Wando Robinson's going to get targets. So I'm there in that. In his flex, though, Juan, Taysom Hill, Tunyon, or Renfro. I would have to go Renfro here.
Yeah. Give me that 5 for 50. Give me that 6 for 60.
Yeah,
Let me go
Taysom,
Renfro.
I mean, Juwan Johnson has been coming out of nowhere.
I don't understand
Andy Dalton back at quarterback again.
Yep.
I think Jameis Winston may be done. Stick a fork in him, kind of done. They're not letting him come out there and just play. Taysom Hill, you know, as much as we liked him when he was in the offense doing
he's got to be the
plays,
gadget guy.
He's got to be the gadget guy, but we haven't really seen it. Juwan Johnson stepped up last week, 2 touchdowns. I think it continues in this struggling New Orleans Saints offense. Tunyon can't. No. I'm not trusting Aaron Rodgers as far as he can throw.
At all. Yeah, no. Yeah, let's go Renfro.
Oh, and Justin coming back in.
Justin,
look at that. Sutton forgot how to play. Good call on Boyd. Well, thank you, sir. And thank you, Justin, for hitting me up in the DMs. Guys, our DMs are always open on Twitter.
Indeed.
You can find me at FF_chef. Drop my DMs. DMs are open, even at the Tilt is Real on Twitter all week long. Write in on Facebook at the Tilt is Real on Facebook, on the Facebook page. I check it often.
At FF1 of a kind. At John Swanson, JAWN.
Get them in, especially when these London games are in, man. You had to have an early one. Justin was like, oh, who do I play, Sutton or Boyd? I'm like, listen, I don't trust Sutton. And I do believe that the Broncos scored. Not sure who scored for them because I'm only like peeking every once in a while. But the current score right now is 10-7 Jaguars. I think that under Juan is going to stay in my favor. I just hope that it was.
I was feeling that
Murray touchdown, but we'll see. We shall see. But shout out Justin, our unpaid intern. Let's go, Lucius. Morning.
Morning, Lucius.
Who would you start? Ayuk, Ramondre Stevenson, Pittman, or Devontae Smith? Ooh, I love that Devontae matchup this week. But is he going to be able to beat out Ramondre Stevenson? Now, Ramondre Stevenson is going to have to compete a little bit more with Damian Harris, coming back a little bit healthier this week than last week, up against a Jets defense. I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't love it. I hate the New England split situation, and you don't know who's going to get it
every season.
This is a tough tilt because I love that Devontae Smith matchup. You're right.
I'm going to go Devontae Smith. I may make it a little easier for you. I know Deebo Samuel's out, and Ayuk should be getting some of the targets, but CMC in that offense, a full week of practice, I'm a little concerned.
And it's the Rams. Yeah.
And it's the Rams. I mean, we could see lights out
Ramsey.
early. Pittman, I'm not trusting with Ellinger if I don't have to. So you have Devontae Smith as an option, Lucius. I'm
He's
playing
got
Devontae Smith.
Devontae Smith has 33 catches, 397 yards this year.
That's funny
So
because AJ Brown also has 33 catches.
I know,
So
but he has
it's
like 500 yards.
well, I mean,
but still,
it's the
I'll
type
take
of
it.
targets.
You're right. I'll take it though. I'll take that Devontae Smith volume. Like, give me that.
Yeah, up against the Pittsburgh Steelers, who have been just gouged by perimeter wide receivers. I'm gonna go with Devontae Smith
Yeah, let's
in
ride with
this
that.
one. Coming off a bye, all healed up, ready to go. Yeah,
Yep.
sign me up. All right, so Zach wants to know. Good question. Boyd or Pollard?
Pollard.
Pollard. It is Pollard. Guaranteed touches in the backfield. It's going to be a workhorse today. We haven't really seen too much of a workhorse out of Pollard, but hey, he's the only guy really left in the stable. So sign me up. He's going to get some passes as well.
He's sneaky matchup. I was going to say, hopefully he gets involved in the passing game because it is a sneaky tough defensive matchup, and I like the potential shootout situation of Monday night. But yeah, Pollard is guaranteed to get the volume. So
I'm down for that. I really am. Chicago 27th against fantasy wide receivers. Oh, it
wait,
was
running back.
Oh, running back rather. I'm sorry. I'm trying to see who
Are they
scored.
27th?
It was Jerry Judy that
I thought
scored
they
the
were
touchdown.
I thought they had like the third ranked or fifth ranked defense, something
27th
like that.
fantasy football.
Oh, fantasy football
points.
running back.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I look at. I don't look
Yeah,
at
you're right.
anything else.
Yeah, here I go looking at real defense.
Kicks for Mike. It is Damian Pierce that we talked about. Doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
Trying to keep up here. Rob Davis. Shout out Rob Davis. Running back 2 situation. Do I start Cook against the Cardinals D or Foreman against the Falcons with Hubbard being out? Also
Wow.
got Steven. Are you talking about Dalvin Cook or James Cook?
He's
No,
talking
you're
about
starting Dalvin Cook.
Dalvin Cook against the Cardinals, yeah.
You got to play Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, I could understand why you want to play Foreman. I understand why.
Right.
But you got to start Dalvin Cook. We're not there yet.
Yeah, no. I would not go that route. Mariota could just steal all the rushing work himself.
PJ.
But Dalvin Cook, I mean, come on.
They're all going to
get drafted him, you have to play him.
Yeah, he'll play. And I'll take him over Foreman. I don't trust the Panthers. I know the Panthers had a great game against the Bucs last week. I know Foreman was 15 for 112 or 13, whatever he was. But I would do that. And then Ramondre, you don't know if Damian Harris is going to play. So I would probably go Dalvin Cook. He's got to be the guy.
Right. I agree. Yeah. Dalvin Cook's like a locked and loaded. I mean, if you want to work Foreman in, I wonder who you're
somewhere else. Yeah.
I mean, it's an RB2 situation, so he's obviously has someone better than Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, he's probably got Saquon or Kenneth Walker, CMC, something like that, Derrick Henry. But I would start Cook as the 2, and then I would do that.
And if your wide receivers in your flex option is a little bit weaker, Foreman is guaranteed a nice floor, maybe 9 to 10 fantasy points today.
Yeah, he'll definitely get the carries.
Kicks for Mike coming back in. Different league. Pollard or Mostert. I don't think I can go wrong with either one.
You can't. Flip a coin. But I would probably Mostert.
Yeah, I would say Mostert in this sense against the Detroit defense. That's the only difference. Like Detroit's a little bit better than Chicago. But didn't they just get rid of somebody in Chicago? Did they get rid of Roquan Smith?
I didn't see that.
I know they traded someone.
Robert Quinn. It was Robert Quinn.
That's
defensive end, pass rush. He had 18.5 sacks last year. He went to the Eagles for a 4th round pick. It was Robert Quinn.
Right. Yeah. Good call there. I knew they traded somebody away.
Yeah, he only has 1 sack this year. He's been struggling. He's been playing well, but he hasn't gotten the production out of it. So
all right. So TS has a little bit of a trade question. Guys, he lost Mike Williams and Chase. Oof. Someone wants to trade Brown and Cooks to me for Chubb. I'm running back heavy with just Ayuk and Robinson left. Fair trade.
If he's running back heavy and he's gonna get Amon-Ra,
I'm assuming so. Or no, it's not Antonio Brown.
No, it's Amon-Ra, St. Brown. It's got to be.
Yeah.
And Cooks.
I would want to know who your other running backs are, TS.
Yeah, like running back heavy is different. But if you have, that means you would have Amon-Ra, Ayuk, Cooks, and Wandale to hold you down until you get Williams and Chase back.
And then you can look to flip either Chase or
Yeah,
Ayuk.
because the
You
trade
know,
deadline in fantasy will extend a couple more weeks, and then with the looming Chase return, you could trade him to another contender and get a running back later. I mean, I don't know if I wouldn't do that, Chubb. I don't know, man. Chubb's
I
like
don't know about the Cook
RB2 right now,
situation.
RB1, RB2. I think Chubb's like RB2 right now.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
don't know if I trade him for Amon-Ra, and then Cooks might get traded
See if
or
you can get
might
another
not.
piece besides Brandon Cooks. If it was someone
Yeah,
else, like Amon-Ra, St. Brown, and
and Higgins, yeah, give me that.
oh well, yeah, they're not going to do that.
Right, but something along those lines. Like, give me something else. Yeah,
For sure.
even an Amari Cooper, something else, anything else that you could get,
I don't
then
hate
I would
it,
do it.
whether or not it's almost a fair trade. I just don't like that Cooks piece at the end of that.
It all depends on how you define the word heavy. I'm
Right.
RB heavy, and what are your RBs? You got 3 of them that
I mean,
besides Chubb, then
if you
yes.
got if you have 3 others that are in the top 12 right now, like if you're looking at Raheem Mostert, Saquon Barkley, Josh Jacobs,
Then you're heavy. Yeah,
Jonathan
that's
Taylor, someone that's going to come back and make a move, like, okay.
any 3 of those. Even if your third is Etienne, like if you're strong enough where like somebody like that is your third, then yeah, okay, you could trade Chubb.
And then Jim Rambo has one more question. Coolest name in football. Why not give him another question? One more. Is Gino going to be okay in the rain today, or should I grab Tyler Heineke off of waivers?
Ooh,
So he obviously listened to Joe Martucci a
yeah,
little bit earlier, checked out
uh-huh.
the weather report. And Juan, we were going back and forth to this in our minds. Do we play Taylor Heineke over Geno Smith?
Go pick up Malik Willis.
Nah. I think
I think I might play Heineke, Chef.
if he can, I'm not dropping Geno Smith. It's just a bad
No,
week.
absolutely not dropping him. Just hesitant to start him if I have a better option.
Mm-hmm.
If I can leave him and Daniel Jones at home and start somebody else today, I'll probably do it. And if that somebody's Malik Willis, I'll take it. But I don't know if it's Heineke. I might just keep riding Geno. And then again, Chef, is DK playing? Is Lockett playing? Like, what are we looking at as far as an arsenal?
Right. And we don't know that Arsenal yet.
And we
Last
won't.
week, Taylor Heineke went 20 for 33, 201, and 2 touchdowns with 1 interception. Got you about 17 fantasy points.
That's what you're looking for.
That's what you're looking for. I'm okay with that. I'm a little nervous about Geno Smith today, man. I'm telling you, I have him in a couple leagues. I don't have him playing in one league. I took him out. Thank God for Jalen Hurts coming back. Yeah, I'm gonna go Taylor Heineke here.
I think so too.
It's this week that I'm gonna lower expectations for Geno Smith with the injuries and the weather. I'm a little concerned.
I agree.
TS coming back in. I'd be trading next week when Chubb is on bye if that helps. Oh, well, that helps. Yeah.
Yeah, if he's on a bye and you need the win and you're in that position, but yeah, still try to improve on Brandon Cooks. Like Chef said, if you can get a better piece than Cooks, try to grab that. Try to get one of those sneaky running backs. Maybe get an Algier back for yourself, or you're thin at receiver, so you just need receivers. Go get Kadarius Toney in that trade. Does that person have Kadarius Toney? That'd be cool. Uh-huh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Tony might be on their waivers still.
Yeah,
Maybe.
even better.
Maybe. Dame Roche or Dame Roche. I think
Dame
it's Dame.
Roche. Maybe Dame, but welcome back, because that's definitely a name I recognize.
He's definitely a rugby player, so I love that.
That's
Good
dope.
morning, guys. Non-PPR, who should I start as flex? Darius Slayton or Pittman? I'm going Pittman here. We already talked about the weather. We know the usage with Slayton is not the best. You're hoping for a touchdown in non-PPR. I think Michael Pittman gets more yards than Slayton does. It's not you're not worried about how many catches.
Yeah.
And Michael Pittman will definitely be targeted in the red zone area if they make it down the field. So yeah, give me Pittman there
all day.
And then he jumps to his full PPR. He says, who should I start, Sutton or Deontay Foreman? Well, you can't start Sutton because he's already on the field.
Yeah. I'm hoping you didn't do that.
So
hoping you started Foreman.
This is the best advice we can give you right here and right now. Put Deontay Foreman in your lineup.
Yes.
All right, and I hope you didn't play Sutton regardless because he hasn't done diddly squat yet. Oh, one more filling it in for Dame. I'm gonna call him Dame because it sounds sexier. Flex Najee Harris or Brandon Ayuk PPR. We got Najee
Uh-oh,
Harris, man, and
chef.
it just doesn't look good for Najee Harris.
He hasn't had more than 12 fantasy points all year.
Ugh.
I know you can give me 6 for 60, can he? With no Debo, like he's gonna have to. I know it's Jalen Ramsey. I know it's a tough matchup.
I mean, Ayuk is Jimmy G's guy.
Yeah, yeah. He's gonna get 6 for 60. I feel like he has to.
Yeah.
And maybe he gets a touchdown. Maybe they use him in the jet sweep game. I know it's gonna be a heavy McCaffrey game. It's probably gonna be a heavy Kittle game. I would say, but
Yeah,
I
on
give me Ayuk.
average, Najee Harris is averaging about 8.2 fantasy points per
Oof,
game. If you're talking
oof.
PPR, it's 10.9. Um, Eagles, however, are giving up fantasy points around 17.5 fantasy points to the running back, but I
That
don't
says they
like
gave
it.
up like 100 points to Swift
Yeah,
and Jamal Williams in week 1. Like, it's a skewed stat a little bit.
I'm gonna go with Ayuk here.
Let's go Ayuk, man. We have to.
I like Ayuk. He's got a great matchup against David Long. I don't think Jalen Ramsey shadows. He hasn't been shadowing this year, and they've been getting had. So, yeah, give me Brandon Ayuk for the win here over Najee Harris. Try to trade Najee Harris. If he has a big game
Crazy.
today, trade him,
Yeah,
please.
if he somehow breaks off a big run and the stats look good, definitely sell high.
All right, he's got JC Molieri. Shout out JC. Welcome
Welcome back.
back. Flex one, Swift, Curtis Samuel, or Mostert. He's a most start
One?
in my book. He's a most
Yeah,
start in my book. I'm taking
let's do
Curtis
it.
Samuel out of that. It would
And
be up between Swift and Mostert. And Swift coming out of the bye should be healthy, but we don't know the utilization. He may only get like 20 snaps, and it might be more passing work. But Mostert is a guaranteed slam bam. Thank you, ma'am. Put Mostert in your lineups if you can.
100%. I don't trust it. Jamal Williams gets too many touches down near the goal line. Dolphins defense is a little underrated as far as the front seven will be okay to stop the run some. And yeah, I'm gonna go with Mostert. I'll go with you.
And then Jim Rambo sneaking in one more. So we're at Taylor Heineke here. Taylor Heineke or
Oh,
Goff?
Amon Ra's back.
Yeah.
Could sneaky be a shootout game, chef. Like the Detroit Lions don't scare the Dolphins, and Tyreek and Waddle can't be stopped right now. That could be a game that ends up being some sort of a shootout. I might go Goff over Heineke.
I think I'm right there with you. I just
Okay.
hope that they worked it out off the bye, that everything's back and normal. I mean, Miami 28th against the fantasy QBs,
Yeah.
giving up around 19.9 fantasy points per week. Yeah, give me Goff.
Yeah.
Give me
Let's do
Goff
that.
as a spot start. Sure, that's okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's just see how far behind we are. Oh, we are 23 minutes behind. You want to play a little speed round, Juan?
We're okay, I think.
All right.
We'll catch up.
Paris Campbell, Deontay Johnson, or DJ Moore. He needs one. Zach, what's up?
Campbell against the Mandos. Deontay against the Eagles. No. DJ Moore against the Falcons.
He's the only target left in that offense.
What did he have? 40% of the target share last week?
Yeah, it was insane. It was wildly
It's like
insane.
he's the only wide receiver. It's like you were playing like two tight ends, I formation, one wide receiver, and it was DJ Moore.
I think I'm going to go DJ Moore here.
Let's do that.
Yeah, I mean, 7 for 69 last week against Tampa Bay. He could do a lot better against Atlanta. Give me DJ Moore. He's the only target in that offense compared to Deontay
100%.
Johnson going up against the Eagles. Paris Campbell,
Don't
he's
want
got
that.
other targets in that offense as well.
Yep.
We
And they're
really
gonna
haven't
run the ball.
mentioned Alec Pierce too much.
New starting quarterback.
Yeah,
all
questions
that, yeah.
all around that. So
Yep.
I'm going to go DJ Moore. Wow.
Yep. Did you know
Shout
that
out PJ
PJ Walker had 6 big time throws, those throws that they measure that are in like tight windows last week? And that was more than Daniel Jones, Ryan Tannehill, Geno Smith, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers. Like there were like 7 or 8 quarterbacks that didn't have 6 big time throws all season. And this man had 6 in one game. So I don't hate it. I don't hate
There's
it.
something about it, Juan, when a head coach gets cut, they all come together. The people that are team players, they all
Yep.
start coming
It
together.
galvanizes the team sometimes, man.
I
And
mean, it could
Wilkes
be
came in there.
PJ Walker's job to lose, to be
It could
honest.
be. And it's kind of, you would have never thought that he was the number 4 quarterback on that depth chart going into the season.
Yep.
It's so crazy.
All right. Shout out, Big Ant. We see you, bro.
Good morning, Big Ant. Yeah, he was texting me on the side, and I didn't want to respond to him because if I leave, then I can't come back in and all that. Yeah, so
Dami wants to know, and lastly, I do have J.K. Dobbins on my waiver wire, but he's out due to
he's on
injury
IR.
4 to 6 week. Should I pick him up on my lineup? My running backs are Swift, Mixon, Rashad White, Connor, Melvin Gordon. I do have one IR spot, but I would have to drop a player to put him in there. Let me know if that's a good idea. No, I am not picking up J.K. Dobbins and stashing him on my IR spot. We've seen Gus Edwards kind of come in, take over a little
Drake
bit.
is running the ball.
Drake. It's going to be a mix-up when J.K. Dobbins comes back, more similar to a Patriot-style run offense than anything else. And then we know that Lamar wants to run the ball himself. So, no, I am not doing this.
Would you have him? I don't know. Would you rather have him or Rashad White going down the stretch?
Rashad White.
Really? Weeks 15, 16, 17? Okay.
Yeah, for the simple reason that Lenny might be just stick a fork and I'm done. Lenny, they may like bench him at some point, health wise.
I don't know. I think that's offensive line.
All right,
problem.
so I have a stacked running back situation in our league of record, Juan, and
Right.
you know this. Jonathan Taylor, Saquon Barkley. I was lucky on Kenneth Walker. I picked up Brian Robinson as like my number 4. I traded away DJ Moore when he was kind of stinky.
Right.
And then I have Rashad White. And the reason why I kept Rashad White instead of, I believe I dropped James Cook, which was the right move.
Right.
I saw the usage in Rashad White going up, and we even saw it this past week. Fournette not doing much. Rashad White getting targets out of the backfield. Rashad White can do everything that Leonard Fournette can. So if something happens to Leonard Fournette, all of a sudden Rashad White turns into a nice low-end RB2 week in, week out. So hold on to Rashad White if you can. Keep James Conner in your IR spot this week and roll with Swift and Mixon. You should be fine. Both players are going to do well this week.
Dig it.
JC Molieri coming back in. PPR Flex 1. Henderson, Samuel, Hunt, or Jamal Williams. Oh, man, JC. I feel for you, bro.
That's a tough one, JC. That's
this one's rather tough. I'm gonna take Jamal Williams out of it.
Yep.
I'm gonna take
Swift is back.
I'm gonna take Henderson out of it because
against the Niners
defense. Because we talked pre-show about what was his name? Ronnie something.
Rivers.
Ronnie Rivers. Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Good old Ronnie Rivers off the practice squad.
Guys, that is the deepest dig the chef ever came up with. It was like 10 minutes before the show. And he goes, oh, yeah, the Rams were given work. Ronnie Rivers had a catch for 12 yards and a carry for no yards, but they've been involved and he's been working out. I'm like, how the hell do you know who Ronnie Rivers is and what he did last week? Like,
come on, man. I'm a dynasty deep dive.
Unbelievable. That was a
Ronnie
deep
Rivers.
Ronnie
probably available
Rivers.
in all dynasty
every single league. You know, it shows the ownership,
week,
like the percentage. You know,
it's like 0.12.
It's probably he's not like he has him, and his mama has him on her dynasty team, and nobody else, not even his agent, nobody else has Ronnie Rivers on their lineup.
I think my pitbull just picked him up off of waivers.
Lily didn't pick that man up. Lily don't want nothing to do with no Ronnie Rivers.
We kind of talked bad about Curtis Samuel a little bit earlier, and I showed my my doubt in Hunt for the simple fact that there are trade rumors surrounding him. I'm going to go Curtis Samuel in this season.
You have to, because of what you just said. You scared the crap out of me with that Monday Night Football. Like tomorrow afternoon at 4:00, Adam Schefter reports Kareem Hunt traded to whoever lost their running back this weekend. I don't know what team it is. I don't want to jinx anybody, but there he goes. There goes Kareem Hunt for a 4th round pick.
Yeah, and it could happen.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Curtis Samuel for me.
Let's go Curtis Samuel. Yep. Good tilt, though.
Great tilt. All great tilts. All right, Rob Davis coming back in. He says, good morning, guys. Crazy, but I'm having running back second thoughts here.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I think this is the one we got to. I think
no.
Oh, he says it needs 2. So Cook versus Barkley in the rain. I think you have to play Cook and Barkley, bro,
Yeah,
and then sit the
100%.
other two.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cook
Start your
versus
stars.
Arizona. Yeah,
Start them.
start your stars. And yeah, you're
Yeah.
loaded on running back. Shout
Vermondre,
out.
like Damian Harris was brought in slowly last week. I think that was more a case of like, we're going to bring him along and eventually it could be back to a split or even the hot hand situation. I don't trust that at all. And yeah, Foreman against Atlanta will get the work, but I trust the other two. I go Cook and Barkley.
Sorry for my little Tourette's outbreak right there. I thought I was watching live feed on the game. It looked like that ETN had a big break, maybe like a
It was a
35
highlight.
yarder. Yeah, it was a highlight. Yeah, there. I guess the game is at halftime.
It should
Man,
be.
sorry. That's why we can't watch games while we do this. Or can we? Yes, we
Well,
can.
you
We can do
are.
whatever we want. DK or A Rob, full PPR. Now
Sir
that
Cam Lanes,
Sir
this is
Cam,
ugly.
love the name. DK or A Rob, man, full PPR. I mean, you're waiting. What time is that? Let me see what time that
They're
airs.
both, I think they're both in the
They're
afternoon, both
both
those
at
games.
4:25. I mean, that's a good pivot if you can't. I'm gonna have to say A Rob for the simple fact that I don't think DK
It's
goes, and if he does, he's going to be limited. We saw multiple players like Rashad Bateman with a knee injury this past week, came in, played one series, and then out. I don't want that to happen at DK. And I don't
no,
want that to happen to our guys in the chat that may think that DK could go, even
could
if he
go.
does play. I'm nervous about playing DK. If you have a better option, which A Rob isn't really a great option,
But it's something, Chef.
it's something.
It's yeah. If I'm torn between those two, I gotta go A Rob. I don't trust even if he comes back and he's healthy, like you said. It's raining. The Giants are better defense than everybody gives them credit for. Slow. Let's run the ball type of game script. Like that's what you predict.
I'm
Give me A Rob.
trying to fill out something here now. His line last week, last week against the Panthers, he did go 5 for 6 for 63 yards and a tutty. All right, so that's an
Last
upside
time he
thing
played, yeah.
right there. I'm
Yeah.
okay with that. And he's going up against garbage in the San Francisco
They're
secondary.
very, very banged up in the
Emmanuel
secondary.
Mosley
Yeah.
out. You know, it's just. I mean, the only starter I can see is Travarius Ward. So
Give
I
me
think
A-Rob.
Van Jefferson gets that Travarius Ward matchup, leaving A Rob open on Diamond. I can't even say his name. Let me see if I can get this. Diamordore Lenore.
Diamordore Lenore?
Yeah.
That was just it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it must be from New Orleans.
Nolans.
Get that French Creole guy.
Nolans. Yeah, let's go A-Rob.
What you got in my Creole, fool?
I love some Creole shit.
Oh man, give me that gumbo,
Give me some gumbo.
bro.
Yeah. I had Gator gumbo, Chef. Fantastic.
That sounds
fantastic.
delicious.
It was
I
good.
love Gator. Tastes just like chicken.
It does. It does. Anything you put in a gumbo tastes like chicken.
Gumbo usually has chicken in it, but yeah, I can see them throwing in Gator in there instead. Nice supplement.
It's the same thing.
You know, instead of the shrimp, you throw some crawfish in there. Bam.
I like that.
Got to have that okra though. All right.
Love okra.
In my other league, James
He's
Mendez
the chef,
says,
people. He's the chef.
Play Cooks or Wandale. We give big bonuses to long touchdowns. Now, how much do we trust really with Brandon Cooks here? Trade rumors. He's going to have a comeback. He's going to have to play.
Well, if he doesn't get traded before the game, you got to go with Cooks, I think.
I think Cooks against Terrence Mitchell. Terrence Mitchell could definitely give up a big play. If I like him better than Wandale in the rain. So give me Cooks in this scenario. Very good tilt games. We haven't had a tilt of the week yet.
Not yet. Now we had a couple close ones.
We've got some close ones.
Couple close calls.
I like this. I like this trade going on here for Lucius. Would you trade Ramondre Stevenson and Pittman for Jonathan Taylor? No. Nope. Oh wait, you're giving up Ramondre and Pittman? Yes.
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 Smash.
Yeah, give me Jonathan Taylor rest of the season. Yes.
Yeah. I think Taylor finally healthy. I think he's going to come back in a big way when this offense flips. You're going to be able to see a little bit more of a mobile quarterback for Ellinger, who will excite the offense a little bit. We see Matt Ryan stagnant in the pocket. Ellinger's going to open up things, which makes the defense play a little bit more honest, that they can't just crowd the line. Unfortunately, the offensive line for the Colts is a little bit suspect, but I think it helps out that with a little bit more of a mobility standpoint from Ellinger. So, yeah, give me Jonathan Taylor over both of these guys.
100%.
Good trade.
That is a great trade if you can pull
And
it off.
Zach says, to the birds. Oh, I guess cheers to the birds. I don't know. Go birds.
Somebody getting traded to the Birds? Kareem Hunt?
Maybe.
He's probably talking about Kareem Hunt. When we were
Yeah,
like,
I
he's
would
going to
think
get
so.
traded to somebody. There were rumors that he was going to get traded there.
Ooh, and speaking of birds, we got a tilt from Lucky Bird Light. Lucky Bird Light, thank you.
Lucky
A
Bird Light.
new viewer here. Thank
Welcome
you.
in.
Shout out. Hit that like and subscribe if you like what's
Indeed.
going on here. We're here every Sunday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. asking your questions for free. D-Hop or A.J. Brown, Mixon or Chubb?
What a loaded situation where you have to choose between those.
I mean, can you put them all in your lineup?
Mm-hmm. Most of the tilters in here would love to have every single one of these people on.
I mean, do we dissect this one, Juan? Like, is there much to dissect here? Like, D-Hop coming off last week, 10 targets, 10 receptions or something like that with a touchdown.
Yeah, but he's a must start. And then so is A.J. Brown. 33 catches, 500 yards on the season, coming off a bye, playing against the weak Steelers secondary. Both of those are great starts.
I would definitely put A.J. Brown. You have to.
I would say A.J. Brown over D-Hop, but you can't go wrong. And then you probably say Mixon because Cleveland's horrible against the run, and there's no Jamar Chase.
Right. So they may change up the game script just a little bit.
A little, just enough.
I would love for them to activate him into the passing game. Like, they have not put him in the passing
There was one game in there. There was one game in there where they threw him the ball 5 or 6 times, but they really haven't. You're right. And if there's targets missing from Chase, you would think they can't all go to Higgins and Boyd. So some of it might fall to Mixon. But then again, Chubb's RB2. And
I'm going to go Mixon over
Chubb.
I would
go Mixon. I would go Mixon over Chubb this week, yeah. I think Mixon outscores Chubb this week. And I think A.J. Brown outscores D-Hop. But I don't think it's like a big margin on either one of those tilts.
Agreed. All right, moving on. Justin's got some stuff. ETN over 29.5 rushing yards versus Gordon was so free. Yeah, it was. Like, it's a no-brainer, man.
Yeah.
He says he needs 4: Boyd, Ayuk, Mostert, Singletary, and Foreman. So we're not picking one of these guys.
I love all of them. Sit Boyd.
I don't know. Are you playing Singletary or Boyd? Good one.
Singletary's got all the volume, dude. Like, he's been getting so much work. He's almost been getting work like an RB1.
Up against Green Bay, who gives up a lot. 26th against the run, giving up almost 19 fantasy points per game. I think you have to go Singletary here for the safe floor. Foreman here because he has nobody else in that backfield who he's competing against. Mostert, he's on a heater, and when you're on a heater, you don't
stay
leave
on
the table.
We don't leave the table.
So is it Boyd or Ayuk?
Yeah, that's the question. I think that's where we boil down to. We'll go with the running backs, and then, I think I might go Boyd over Ayuk. It's tough
with no Deebo Samuel. I'm gonna go Ayuk with a good matchup against the Rams.
Let's go. All right.
That's the way I'm going to play it. I know Boyd will get extra targets.
Boyd, but still, my first instinct was to sit Boyd.
All right, so fair.
Good. I mean, listen, I know the Cleveland defense has been suspect, but I like Newsome. I like Ward. I like Greedy Williams. Like, they're talented players, and they're going to be on Boyd, and they should be okay. Like, they shouldn't let him have one of those 10 catches for 140 and a touchdown, and like, that shouldn't happen.
The only thing that I like about Boyd is that he can sneak back into the slot whenever he wants to. They'll play They'll play Mike. Who is it? Mike Thomas? Yeah, it's Mike Thomas. Their fourth
the other receiver,
wide receiver that'll play on the perimeter in 3 wide receiver sets. But you can see Boyd playing in a lot of 2 wide receiver sets, which makes him very, very interesting. But up against Cleveland, I think they can stall a little bit. They're going to try to run the ball a little bit more with Mixon this week, I think.
Yeah, and if you're going to keep it simple, Ayuk becomes a 1 because Debo's out. Boyd just becomes a 2 because Chase is out, and Higgins becomes the 1. So like, let's go with the one. Let's go with the guy that's probably going to get double-digit targets in Ayuk, and let's run it that way. And I
I
like
like
all three
this,
running backs.
and I know we agreed, Juan, but I am putting Ayuk over Boyd on paper.
Okay,
Putting it down. I like that one. That was a great one.
that's a good tilt.
Oh, Zach chiming in the chat. I like it.
I like it. He's another one. He's usually on location somewhere.
Yeah, and Justin, under looking good for you, Chef. Oh, 100%, my friend.
Anytime Russ is involved, I feel like you got to take the under. Good
Yeah.
Lord, it's bad.
And then Jim Rambo coming back in says, won't drop Gino, but can drop Goff. Yeah, I wouldn't drop Gino either. I mean, he's been playing like a stud. I think it's just a bad week to play him. If you can avoid it and you can slip Goff in, then do it.
Yeah, but definitely don't drop Gino.
All right. No. Kicks for Mike coming back in. Running back 2 and a flex. Mostert, Pierce, Pittman. And I'm assuming that's Dameon Pierce. We're going to say it's Dameon Pierce.
Running back.
Purposes. Running back is the way I am running with it as well. Very good. All right. John Nelson, welcome back in. He says Malik Willis or Jimmy G. Now, we got Jimmy G coming in here with CMC.
Rams.
I'm going Jimmy G. I have to.
Do you have to?
Yeah.
I like this first time start.
Yeah, but I'm not trusting him on the first start. We've seen him make some mistakes earlier in the season. We saw him make some bad knucklehead plays. He really doesn't have too much wide receiver help. We know that Robert Woods has been disappearing in offenses, and maybe that's because Ryan Tannehill. Maybe that is because Ryan Tannehill.
Maybe Willis changes that, and maybe the RPO game is different now with him and Derrick Henry, and you line up and there's 8 in the box, and maybe Westbrook Akeem can get over the top. I don't know.
That offensive line is suspect as
bad.
hell.
It's bad.
Let's
go Jimmy G.
Taylor Lewis is just gone. Taylor Lamar. Oh, well, I can't say his name.
Taylor Lewan.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Taylor Lewan.
I got you.
Yeah. Give me Jimmy G.
All right, let's go Jimmy G. All
right. Lucius has a crazy one, but relevant. Devin Singletary or Aaron Jones? I can't believe I'm even asking this. Ooh. I'm going to jump to my rankings real fast because this one's going to be close. Oh, not as close as I thought it was.
I'm gonna go Jones. If you're gonna keep up, you're gonna have to throw the ball. He loves checking it down. Aaron Rodgers leads the world in under 5 yards from the line of scrimmage throws. That feels like Aaron Jones to me.
I think Aaron Jones is the only reliable part of this Green Bay offense.
Yep.
And I mean, he may not get the run game up against Buffalo, but he sure will get the targets. Last week, 10 targets, 9 receptions, 53 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
There it is.
That's the only way this offense is going to be able to work. So, yeah, give me Aaron Jones over Devin Singletary. Great tilt, Lucius.
Good tilt.
Eric Brewer coming back in, brewing up some tilts for us. Good morning, gentlemen. Would you guys start Antonio Gibson or Nyheim Hines half point? Those are my running back 2 options, unless you have a sleeper on waiver wire. Deontay Foreman, if he's out there, go ahead and pick him up.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't see anybody else sleeper wise. Maybe a Michael Carter for 1 week.
Maybe. But no.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be
a half
Gibson
point PPR
for me.
Gibson.
Hopefully he sneaks back in the end zone. We noted that Ron Rivera did say this week, hinted that Antonio Gibson will be a little bit more utilized. He likes the switch in and out players, mix it up kind of thing, keep the defense guessing. And I don't like Nyheim Hines at a half point PPR. No, I think it's Jonathan Taylor's backfield. Naeem's just renting space in it.
Yeah, I'll go Gibson too.
And Rambo coming back in, man. Wow. I think he started off his question with just 1 this week, guys. But here we go again. And more in my flex 2. Flex 2. Or in my flex 2, B. Robinson or Josh Reynolds 2. 8. Too late. I already dropped Goff. Oh, well.
Well, you'll be all right. Pick somebody else up. Pick up Malik Willis. Or start Gino and keep riding the hot hand. You never know. Just because it's raining doesn't mean a defender won't slip and fall and there's a 75-yard touchdown for Marquise
Tyler
Goodwin.
Lockett. Yeah.
or
Oh,
Goodwin or whatever. Yeah,
we mentioned earlier. Deep flex appeal.
D. Eskridge for
No,
a
no,
touchdown.
no,
No, oh,
no,
okay.
no.
We're not going that far.
I'm
All
not going that far.
right.
Um, I'm gonna go with Brian Robinson here.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is tough, but I'm gonna go
that's
Brian
it's a good
Robinson.
tilt, but I'll go Brian Robinson.
Yeah, and we got Mo Diesel coming in.
Mo
Cousins or
Diesel,
Carr? I'm sticking with
Carr versus
Cousins.
Saints. Cousin. All right, let's go Cousins.
I'm sticking with Cousins.
Yeah,
Man, Carr's gonna have a good game against those Saints this week, though. We saw
yeah, but
Arizona put
you
up
got to
20.
start Cousins coming off a bye, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would
Yeah,
against Arizona. Sure, we
yeah.
saw Andy Dalton score against
Everybody,
Arizona.
everybody
Yeah,
against Arizona. Yeah.
yeah. I think it's a big Justin Jefferson game,
Mm.
and Adam Thielen for that matter. And he also says, "Am I winning the ship?" He's got a half-point PPR,
Oh,
12
here we
man.
go.
He's got Carr, ETN, Walker, Evans, AJ Brown, Goddard, Chubb, Cook, Sutton, Bateman, Rashad White, Cousins, Allen Robinson.
We'll
You're
have
gonna
to
make
look
the
at the playoff.
playoffs.
Yeah, yeah. We'll have to look at the playoff matchups, but it looks good.
Mo Diesel, if you can hit me up in our DMs on Twitter, I would happy to be able to go back and research this one for you a little bit. It does consider with playoff matchups. What I
Yeah.
do and most fantasy players should do is you play 4 weeks at a time. So this is week what, 8?
Yep.
This is the
We're
end
at the end of
downswing
the second
of the second swing, and then I'll look at
quarter.
the weeks 9 to 13. Say that's right before the playoffs start, and this is where the weeks 9 through 11 are where your trades happen. Where you want to do this is where you're going to structure. You're going to use some of those those high plays that have bad playoff matchups, and you're going to sell those pieces for good playoff matchups. So yeah, Mo Diesel, thanks for jumping in. Hit up in the chat or jump in our DMs on Twitter
Yep.
at FF_chef, at FF one of a kind, or at the tilt is real. Jump in there, throw that lineup in there, and we would love to do some research for you on the
That's
side.
a good lineup, though. That's a fun lineup.
Oh, it is definitely fun, and there's a lot of moving pieces that you can do in there.
Chubb, Walker, and Etienne, there's going to be some trade value available there, too. That's pretty nice.
Oh, kicks from Mike jumping in with Waller inactive.
Early. Let's go.
I wonder. I'm going to have to vet that, but I believe so. And Juan, I'm going to throw Adam Polio on the screen here. If you're going to start his tilt, I want to check that Waller update.
Go get it. Go get it. Taylor, Pierce, or Kenneth Walker need to sit one. Wow, first world problems, Adam Polio. All right. I'm gonna sit Pierce. Yeah, I'll start Taylor against the Mandos, and I'll start Walker against the Giants. I'll sit Pierce. I don't want to. I hate to, but I believe in the talent of Kenneth Walker. Taylor has to bounce back. The Mandos do have a good front line, but they're still missing Chase Young. Yeah, I trust Jonathan Taylor will get the volume. I can't sit him if he's healthy. And between the two rookies, I'm going to go with Kenneth Walker and believe in the talent and the usage and the rain and the fact that he can, make one move and be gone. He's been breaking out big plays. I guess Pierce has too. You don't have a horrible situation here, but I would go with Taylor and Kenneth Walker.
And information vetted, Waller is out. Adam Schefter reporting about 21 minutes ago. He will be inactive today against the Saints with his hamstring injury. He's close to being ready to go, but obviously not as close as we all wished for. Taylor, Pierce, or Kenneth Walker, huh? Wow. Give me Walker and Taylor.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It was between the two rookies. Like, I can't say Jonathan Taylor ever, but it's between the two rookies, and I just got to pick the one that's more dynamic, and it's going to be in the rain, and I don't know. Yeah, give me Walker.
Yeah, I mean that's a great question.
Good tilt though.
100%. All right, JC Molieri wants to know, any chance Lions limit St. Brown's play today? I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
All right, they took him out of the game only because of the league protocol with the concussion. All right, and then he was listed as still in protocol when he never had a concussion. He literally got another opinion, and it was not a concussion. It was the ataxia I believe that's what they call it. I'm not a doctor by any means. I'm a mortgage professional. I know nothing about concussions, but yeah, I think St. Brown is going to be just fine to play today, especially being the number one target in that offense. He's a good to
Yeah,
go, JC. Don't feel bad at all. Don't worry about it.
I wouldn't be. I don't think he's limited at all either.
All right, and then TS wants to know, since Waller is inactive, would you play Wan'Dale Robinson in bad weather or Renfro? I think you have to go Renfro here.
Renfro.
Yeah.
Now that we know the news and it's solid locked, like you can't throw it to Devontae 20 times. I mean, you can maybe, but
He probably will.
you got to give Renfro a look. You got to give him some looks. I feel like that 6 for 60 game is here for Renfro.
Yeah. And then we have a newcomer in the chat. Shout out Kyle Mayer.
Welcome in.
Rest of season, Antonio Gibson or Swift PPR?
Swift.
It's Swift all the way, my man.
Swift.
It's a swift decision on our
Swiftly.
end.
Swiftly.
Yeah. I mean, see if Antonio Gibson has a good game today. He did score a touchdown last week.
Yeah,
Maybe
if he
you can
scores
trade him.
again. Yeah, if he scores again, you can definitely move him and try to get something for him.
And he
rest of
wants to
season.
know. He says he wants to trade Dalvin Cook away. Any running back trade targets for him? I mean, can you go up from Dalvin Cook? Not really too much.
No,
Not on the cheap.
but what would you do, Chef? Like would you do Cook for Etienne rest of the season?
Depending on the schedule.
Would you do Cook
I would
for,
need something else in return as well, though, because I know Dalvin Cook's upside is way up there.
Would you take any of the rookies for Dalvin Cook? Let's go Damian Pierce. Kenneth
Dalvin
Walker.
Cook?
Yeah.
Maybe Kenneth Walker.
Okay.
But then again, maybe not. Like, I don't see how you can just trade Dalvin Cook away. I don't recommend it.
I wouldn't either. It's just I don't know.
I mean, I would trade away Antonio Gibson in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
And just run with Cook and Swift as your one and your two.
100%.
I mean, unless you're, and you know, if you I don't know how you are on wide receivers, Kyle, but if you take Antonio Gibson and you pair him with Michael Pittman, does that get you Josh Jacobs? Maybe. You don't, you only miss the shots you don't shoot. So, even Juan this morning yesterday tried to get Kadarius Toney from me for a banged up Cortland Sutton.
He's not banged up. Cortland Sutton's healthy.
Oh, I'm sorry. Russ is banged up.
That's
and
who he's
Denver's
playing
doo-doo.
with. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what that is. But I had to try.
We appreciate you, Kyle. Hit that like and subscribe button, man. If
Indeed.
you like us, come back
Join
every
us
Sunday. We're
every
here
Sunday.
every Sunday. All right, back in. Self Tanksley Self. Morning, fellas. PPR, Pollard or Amari Cooper? I don't know, man.
I like Cooper in that shootout, Chef.
Ah, gosh, this is a tough one. And
He's the only one.
We haven't done it this week. Let's
Run
do
it. Run it.
Tilt of the week. You have your answer? I have mine.
Cooper.
Pollard. Oh, God.
Of course it is. Of course we're gonna tilt on this one.
Why wouldn't we?
Yeah.
All right. So Cooper going up against Awuzie.
I know.
Get shadow covered. Not to say that Cooper can't beat him.
I was gonna say I watched Hard Knocks and they were on the same team when he was still in the Cowboys.
Yeah.
And he was working that man. He worked him so hard that they had to put Diggs on him.
And then he worked Diggs.
Yeah, and then he worked Diggs. So I like
the matchup with Amari Cooper.
I love Monday night. I love chasing the long shot. Like I'm losing and I need 18 points from Cooper. Let's go against the Bengals, shootout game, division game. Give me Cooper.
This just goes back to what I said earlier in the show with the Chicago Bears just giving up points, 25 PPR fantasy points per game to the running back position.
And there's no Zeke.
And there's no Zeke this week. Very, very doubtful. I'm going with Pollard here, man. This is the first time that we can actually see him in a workhorse role. Whether or not he can handle a workhorse role is yet to be determined, but he is going to get pass catches. And that's how in PPR, and this is a PPR flex question, I can see Melvin Gordon just scored a touchdown. Damn it.
The
I can
pitfalls of watching
see
live while podding.
I can
It's great.
see Pollard really having a breakout game today compared to Amari Cooper with the trust of Jacoby Brissett in that offense. I think Cleveland will try to run the ball the best they can with Nick Chubb, possibly Kareem Hunt. We talked about that. But I think it's Pollard, man. I'm really on the Pollard side. And guys, in the chat, Tilt Squad, come in, join us with this question,
This
because
is
this
a
is
tilt
a
of the
good
week,
one.
and it's a tough one. I'm almost leaning with you. That 25 points a game, that all the usage, it's all his. Damn it, I want to go with you, but I'm gonna go with Pollard.
Hey, gotcha.
I'm going with you.
Let's go.
Let's go.
And JC wants to say thanks for your help, guys. Good luck today. Go Dolphins.
Let's go, Fins. Fins up, baby. Fins up.
Yeah. I want the Giants to be 7-1. Can the Giants be 7-1, please?
If they make it to 7-1, they will officially be the worst 7-1
second place team.
The worst 7-1 team in the history of the NFL.
Worst 7-1 second place team in the NFL.
Listen, PFF said the 32nd ranked team in all different metrics is the New York Giants.
Yeah, well, you know.
What does PFF know though, right? Yeah.
What does PFF know?
Yeah, they don't. I guess not much.
Not enough.
Yeah.
Not enough. They didn't put Dabble's IQ level in there, football IQ level. Rank that, PFF.
Yeah,
rank
rank
get back
that.
to us.
Rank Wink Martindale blitzing 69% of the time. I love it. Shout out Steffi Smalls. Wink Martindale is blitzing 69% of the time. I love it.
That's a good point. Shout out Steffi Smalls, because she did share this broadcast on Twitter today. I appreciate you, Steffi. Love you. Go Big Blue.
That's the homie. Go Big Blue.
Big trade.
She loves Evan Ingram.
Yes, she does. So do
No,
I.
She doesn't. No, she doesn't. But go ahead.
Big trade. Should I trade Josh Allen for Diggs and D-Hop? I have Tua on my bench. Interesting.
Ooh.
Are you willing to go with Tua for the rest of the season?
Our schedule's fantastic for like 5 games. It gets really tough at the end. So watch your playoffs, TS. Watch your playoff schedule and what you can do. I don't think I can trade Josh Allen, Chef.
I mean, yes.
I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I'd rather trade Tua for some receiver than Josh Allen for Diggs.
All right, so you guys got Detroit today. You see Chicago, Cleveland, the following 2, and then you have a bye in week 11. I want to know who you got to cover the bye in week 11. Are you just going to pick up a streamer? And week 11, it's going to be a little tough. But then you play Houston coming out of the bye, which should be good to go. San Fran, you could go back and forth with points. We've seen a lot of teams go back and forth with that. The Chargers not doing well week 14, but then week 15 if you don't have a bye in the first week of the playoffs, you're going up against Buffalo. That scares me. Green Bay, week 16 is a go. So if you have the bye, if you think you can solidify a bye, first week bye in the playoffs, then I'm okay with the trade, adding Diggs and D-Hop. You obviously need some wide receiver help. You're probably one of those teams that lost Mike Williams, that lost Chase, possibly one of those guys or both of those guys, and you need some replacements. If this guy's willing to give up 2 potential week in, week out wide receiver ones in Diggs and D-Hop, I'm okay with it, TS. I don't know how my man Juan feels about it. He is a Josh Allen truther. He's researching schedules behind the scenes.
Yep. 100%.
But then, Juan, let's look at Josh Allen's schedule real fast while we have it here. Green Bay, the Jets, Minnesota, Cleveland, Detroit, New England, the Jets again, Miami, Chicago, Cincy. Oh,
Chef, he already had his bye.
Yeah.
You know, he already had his bye. I think I'm gonna keep Josh Allen, man.
Can you trade Tua for
There you go.
Diggs or D Hop?
Or
Yeah, and
yes,
or
or not both.
yeah.
Probably not both, but you can get one, and that's still like if you can get Diggs and then stack Diggs and Allen the rest of the season, Chef. Like
Hmm.
that's the clutch money move.
Yeah, I would try to do that. I would try to trade Tua for Diggs, and then if not for Diggs, then go for D Hop to help you out, and then you can just ride Josh Allen for the rest of the season.
Yeah, he's the one. Like he's gonna be the QB1 probably
Are
all
we
year
worried
long.
about Josh Allen later in the season, Juan, if this team is still up with their record benching Josh Allen towards the end of the season?
The
Maybe week
Jets,
18, but you shouldn't be playing in week 18 regardless.
you shouldn't be playing in week 18. It's only going to be up to week 17. The Jets are 5-2. The Dolphins are going to make a push here towards the end of the season. I don't trust the Bills to run the table per se, so they'll probably lose a game here or there, and it
Mhm.
could be a tight division. So I think Josh Allen will be relevant in week 17. I think he could still be one of those guys that wins you the league in week 16 or 17. So I want to keep him at all costs. I don't want to do this trade. But if I can do Tua for, like you said, for either of those receivers, I would do that.
Yeah, I like that as well.
Give me one second, Chef.
Just yeah, no worries. I'm just looking here to see if we have any more injury updates. It is 11:30. Um, when injuries become reality and reality becomes injury. But you know, and then TS chimes in. We end week 16, I believe. Double check that.
Yeah. But even still, you're getting the added bonus game from Josh Allen because Tua still has to take his bye, and Josh Allen already had his. That's an added victory. Let's say that gets you into the playoffs and better seeding in the playoffs. I just don't see trading Josh Allen, even if it is for those two studs, when I can trade Tua for one of them or Tua for another receiver, or just keep Tua as the failsafe because you never do know. I know he looks indestructible and he's a Superman, Josh Allen, but it's always nice to have a security blanket and be able to plug in a guy like Tua with the weapons that he has, because I believe wide receivers 1 and 2 in yardage in the NFL right now are Hill and Waddle. So you're
Right.
going to get production.
And we have a couple of status changes here. Zeke officially ruled out. All
Joe
right.
Flacco's out. I know
Joe
you were worried.
Flacco is just out. I know everybody was worried about that. Whoa. That Flacco, man, let me tell you.
Hey, how much better were the Jets' weapons though when Flacco was playing, Chef? Like Elijah Moore was good. Like Corey Davis was good. Conklin was a star. He was like the tight end 2 or 3 going into those weeks. Like everything was great on that offense. And then Zach Wilson comes in and he's like Jimmy G light.
Yeah, right.
The light.
I don't know, my man. I do not know. All right, we got a deep one here.
Mm-mm.
Raheem Blackshear
Love it.
or Chase Edmonds?
Give me Blackshear.
Blackshear, huh?
Give me Blackshear. There's no Chuba Hubbard. He's
Yeah.
totally out. We know Deontay Foreman can catch, but is not one of those guys that you trust as a third down back all the time. And if Blackshear is in there and he's playing, it's because he did enough in practice for the pass protection. And I love to see these kind of guys break out of nowhere. And it feels like it might be one of those days for that kid. So I'm probably going to go Blackshear. Chase Edmonds just hasn't been doing it, and he hasn't looked good either. And it's not for a lack of opportunities. We keep trying to feed him in certain spots, and he's just whatever play gets called. I don't know if it's bad luck, but Mike McDaniel calls great plays and puts people in space, puts people in opportunities where they can thrive in fantasy. And for some reason, Chase Edmonds just can't get it done. It drives me crazy.
Yeah, I'm not putting my faith in Chase Edmonds at all. If you want to roll with the rookie out of Virginia Tech, I
Yep.
believe it was. He's been on playing special teams for the Panthers. And like you said, they have a little bit more confidence in him this week with a pass catching role, which they'll probably be playing pretty neck and neck. So I can see both Blackshear and Foreman on the field. Give me Blackshear. Holy
Yeah.
crap. What a tilt.
Right. Yeah. Raheem Blackshear over Chase Edmonds. It's 11:35.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Amon-Ra St. Brown is active. Darren Waller is out. Uh Linebacker for the Cowboys, Damone Clark is active and will debut. So we haven't seen that linebacker in there yet for the Dallas Cowboys. Whether or not it affects anything on the opposite side of the football, yet to be seen.
No.
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 I'm going to go ahead and update. I already marked Zeke out. Huh, go figure. I wish they would just mark everybody out at the beginning of the day. Like, why do I have to sit here and wait for DK Metcalf, the most important out of the week, apparently?
One of them. Yeah.
Yeah, it really stinks, man.
That really
I
is a
don't like
big
that.
game. That really is a big game, Chef. Like the Giants and Seahawks is the best game of that 4 o'clock hour.
Yeah. Oh, and it's going to be a rain game, sloppy game.
Yeah.
I think Saquon Barkley and
Kenneth Walker. Yeah. Both
Kenneth Skywalker.
Skywalker. I like that.
He has the force with him, man. Oh, Miles Gaskin's out, by the
Skylar
way, Juan,
Thompson
if
is
you wanted to
out.
know.
Dalton
Noah
Schultz is playing. Darrell
Noah
Williams
Brown
is
is
playing.
out.
Darrell Williams is playing.
Noah Brown is out, huh?
Devontae Adams is in. Schultz is in. Hey, boost up for Schultz if Brown is out. It might not be too bad for them.
Yeah, I like Schultz this week, actually. Second week back off the injury with Dak in the offense. I think it's a good play.
Indeed.
I'm starting him this week in our league of record.
Yeah, I'm starting him in Chaos League. Shout out Chaos League.
Chaos, man. Ugh, I stink in that league.
Me too.
Damn,
Everybody
dynasty.
does that. I feel
Damn
like it's
free
how's there a
dynasty
winning,
leagues.
how's there a winning team in that league? It's crazy.
I don't know. Like, we started out with 12 rules of chaos, and I think we're down to like 3.
Yeah, Matthew Berry's rule got eliminated. He created a great rule. Thank you, Matthew Berry. Horrible rule.
I
We
mean,
have
for
all
a
kinds of
free
stuff.
league, this is the whole thing. Like, if you want to create a league with a bunch of rules, don't go out and God help the commissioner that signs up for the work. But if you do sign up to be the commissioner, don't give up the second week, like the second season. Shout out Jeff Bell. Love you, Jeff Bell from Football Guys. Yeah, man, the olden days, Juan, when we were just starting out podcasting.
Mm-hmm.
3
Fun
years
times.
ago.
Yeah,
3
fun times.
years ago. I can't believe it. And we're still here. We're still doing the
season
Sunday
3,
tilt.
we're still here.
I love the Sunday tilt. I really do.
Indeed. Everybody does. The
And it
tilt is
looks
real.
like Russell Wilson has been heavily targeting Jerry Jeudy in this matchup. And Cortland Sutton might be an afterthought.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know if I started him in our Dynasty League of Record. I think I may have.
Who, Jeudy?
No, because Cortland Sutton.
Oh, well, I can check if you want. We don't really have too many
Tilts. We've gotten to most of them. That's what's up.
Yeah, I think we're done, actually. We're just
we caught up. We didn't even make it to speed round. That's good.
Yeah, I don't like doing the speed round. I like giving the analysis and the point behind it, you know?
You have to tilt it all the way through. You got to talk it all the way out, Chef.
Let's see. You have ETN, and he already has 30 points, and it's only the third quarter.
Love it.
Let's see. Cortland Sutton, 1 reception on 3 targets for 13 yards.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thanks, Russ.
And you started him. Good job.
Thanks, Russ.
Yeah. I mean, you don't really have too many other options on your bench. Oh, Kenyon Drake's on your bench.
Yeah, he gave me 20. See you later. Yeah. Algiers in my taxi squad. Thanks. Rondell Moore's in my taxi squad. Thanks.
Evan Ingram has 15.5 points on your bench. 4 for 55.
I started Higbee.
Oh, I mean, Higbee's not a bad start. That's not a bad thing.
Can you look at that matchup right there, Chef, since you have it up? Because I'm playing Mr. Swanson, and it's highly relevant to the tilt is real that I'm playing Mr. Swanson. And as of this morning, when we started the tilt, he still hadn't changed his lineup.
Oh, and he was sleeping on a table or something this morning, right?
He's got a bow tie in his ear, and he's sleeping on it underneath a table at a wedding reception.
Since you know what, since we have some time to spend here, shout out Zach, best way to start a Sunday.
That's true.
Let's throw some of our own stuff in here, and if you give me a second, I'm gonna present some stuff here. I'm gonna see if I can share my screen real fast.
Oh, you definitely can.
Oh yeah, I could definitely do it. Let's see here.
Back to the early days when we used to do this kind of stuff. I love it.
All right, so we got Team FF One of a Kind versus Birds of War. Shout out Mr. Swanson, Birds of War. This is in our League of Record Dynasty League. Juan is 4-3, Mr. Swanson 3-4, both fighting for playoff spots. Lamar 36 points. Now, this is an average score in our Superflex League, in my opinion.
It is. That's maybe even below average. Our quarterbacks all score a lot of points. We have first down bonuses, long touchdown bonuses, yardage bonuses, all kinds of stuff for the QB.
And it looks like Mr. Swanson still has Pacheco in his
See what I'm saying?
in his flex spot. Like,
Yeah.
who is he going to play?
He's got
Michael
Diggs
Carter
on his bench. Stop. He's got
Diggs.
Diggs.
Is he tanking? I better call him.
No, he's sleeping. No, don't call him. I'm playing him. Mind your business. What do you mean?
Michael Hyde. If you are still in the chat from this morning, Michael Hyde,
Yeah,
please
go kick him.
shake. Please go and shake Mr. Swanson and tell him to put Diggs in his lineup.
He's got
For the
the do
love
not
of
disturb
God,
on
man.
he's got do not disturb on his eyelids. He said, "Leave him alone."
Give the man a Miller Lite and tell him to set his lineup.
Oh, you give him a Miller Lite, he'll be up for days. He's ready to go.
All right, we got a tilt here coming in from Bean Productions. Love it, Bean Town. Let's go. Quite tilted, he says. PPR, Taysom, Knox, or Harrison Bryant. Aaron Jones or Kenneth Walker at flex.
Walker.
All right, so I'm going Walker in the rain, even though Aaron Jones is going to get a lot of work.
I know. He's going to have a lot of work.
But I think Walker is going to definitely have a lot of work too. How are the Giants doing against running backs? Can we check that real fast?
Yeah, I'm going to talk through the tight ends a little bit. Knowing Njoku makes me want to lean Harrison Bryant. I feel like Jacoby Brissett targets the tight end a lot. We don't know the usage with Taysom Hill. When Andy Dalton's in there, it's kind of tough for Taysom to get the points. Knox against Green Bay, hit or miss. That's a tough tilt there. I might go Harrison Bryant with the tight ends.
I'm going to go Taysom Hill against Vegas.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go Taysom Hill against Vegas.
I can be talked into it.
And then, well, I mean, they're 30th against tight end.
I've officially been talked into it.
The only problem is Taysom Hill doesn't really get passing work.
No, it has to be those weird touchdowns.
It's those weird concept plays built for him. And we saw Juwan Johnson just kind of take over last week. So is he really a tight end? I don't know if he's really a tight end. Harrison Bryant definitely is.
And he's been good when he starts, when he gets opportunities.
Since he's like 15th against the fantasy tight end. So right there in the middle of the pack, I think you can probably trust. Ooh, that's tough, man. That's a tough tilt.
Give it to him. Give him the sounder.
Yeah, I might
Bean Productions.
Bean Productions. You did it, buddy.
Indeed. You're here now.
Tilt of the week. Man, it's a tight end tilt of the week for sure. All players are very, very close, but I think if you want to go for a floor perspective, I think Harrison Bryant could do you well.
Yeah.
Taysom Hill, on the other hand, I'm going to check the running back matchups real fast because he is pretty much a running back.
And a quarterback.
We didn't really see him come in too much with Andy Dalton at the helm last week. That's what makes me scared. And again, Vegas is like middle of the pack against running backs. You still have Alvin Kamara in there. All right, I'm gonna go with you, Juan. I'm gonna go Harrison Bryant here.
Go Harrison Bryant, yeah.
I'm gonna go with Harrison Bryant. No Njoku. They like using the tight end in that offense.
Shootout potential.
Shootout potential, correct.
Garbage time potential.
Short passes that could turn into something more, a little dump off. Maybe they don't use Kareem Hunt a little bit more. So this is a great...
Maybe he gets traded. Like you said, you've been alluding to it, Chef. Like I think you're like onto something where
the rumors are true, man. The rumors are out there. They are shopping him.
He moves tomorrow, right before that game, or he gets no carries tomorrow night because he's on his way to fill in the blank. You said it. Lenny Fournette's struggling. Tampa's having problems. You think they care about a 3rd-round pick to go get Kareem Hunt?
Yeah, no.
So like it's possible he moves.
Yeah, I agree. And I wish you could fit in Aaron Jones and Walker, both in
Both,
your
yeah.
lineups.
Yeah.
I don't see why you can't. I mean, you must have some studs at running back.
Yeah, he's like you. He's got Barkley and Jonathan Taylor. What's he supposed to do?
Yeah. Well, I mean, what can you do? And Zach's laughing at you for something. We must have said something funny. I don't
I
remember
suffer from
5
that
seconds ago.
affliction.
But my man, Mini Jordan, coming in the final
Where
15
Brooklyn
minutes
at?
of the
Where
Sunday
Brooklyn
tilt.
at?
He lost
Except for
Brees
when
Hall. Pour one out for Brees Hall.
R.I.P.
Desperately needs a running back this week. Full PPR. Who should he pick up? Huntley, Edmonds, Samaje Perine, Blackshear, Gainwell, or Jalen Warren? Oh,
This is
man.
a tough tilt.
This is a real tough tilt, man. I mean, we just hit the button. I don't want to hit the button again, man.
Nah, but that's rough because that's a different kind of tilt. This is a desperate.
This is like desperation tilt. Is there a wide receiver that you can put? No, he desperately needs a running back. He lost Brees Hall.
And you had nothing else.
Well, I mean, whoever else he had, he's probably
it should
went.
be Edmonds easy. It should be in theory, but it's not because of the way he's been playing and the way he's been utilized. Like that's not good. Huntley gets the goal line work, but that offense, I don't trust it.
Huntley also gets the passing work more so. I would say Algier is the back for the goal line.
I don't know. They're running the ball so damn much with Arthur Smith's system. I don't trust P. Ryan, and he's a backup.
I'm gonna go Gainwell.
You want to go Gainwell? What if they trade for Kareem Hunt tomorrow, Chef? Like, why are they trying to trade for?
That's fine if they trade for Kareem Hunt.
But why are they trying
tomorrow?
Why are they talking about trading for Kareem Hunt when you have Miles Sanders and Gainwell?
Because they're definitely playoff bound and they know it. And
I don't
for
want
injury reason, they don't want to lose that. And this is my thinking behind the Gainwell choice. All right, we've seen it multiple times that once they get down to the goal line, Miles Sanders will get a turn, Gainwell gets a turn, Hurts gets a turn. In a desperation play, you're hoping that Gainwell gets one of those goal line stances or a pass that goes wrong against a bad Pittsburgh secondary and he takes it. Or he gets the goal line work at the end, like a sweep to the right or a sweep to the left or a small little RPO play down by the goal line. This is a desperation play.
Yeah. It's this week. It's one
out of
game.
Huntley and Gainwell for me.
Okay, one's going against Carolina, one's going against Pittsburgh. I can eliminate Warren. I can eliminate Edmonds because I didn't want to play him. I can eliminate P. Ryan, even though he does get a lot of work. But no. And Blackshear, we haven't seen it yet. We can't trust that. It's just Deontay Foreman and him. But all right.
You gonna go Gainwell with me?
It's such Mini Jordan. What a rough tilt, dude.
This is probably. You know what? I will hit the button just for you because this is the hardest one of the week.
This is the deepest dig.
Yeah, deep diving with Mini Jordan here on the Sunday Tilt.
We're Brooklyn at.
Tilt of the week. We usually don't have 3 tilts of the week, and it felt like before we were almost searching for one, man. But Mini Jordan coming in hot towards the end of the show with this deep dive running back desperation play, and we chose
Kenny Gainwell. This is where we live, Chef. And you beat me for a championship with one of these weeks when you picked up Jalen Samuels and Damian Williams before they were anybody, and you got me for a title. So this is the area where we live, and you make a call like this, I'm gonna have to side with you, and I'm gonna have to go with Gainwell.
I think if and we talk about like he's desperation play, who should he pick up? Even if Gainwell doesn't do well this week, he is still the RB2 in this system behind Miles Sanders. And if they picked up Kareem Hunt, then we have a different conversation. leading into that. But
Yeah.
as of right now, the way it stands, I would go Gainwell here.
Yeah, if I'm gonna have to pick one of these, there's 6 guys. I have 6 options. Let's go Gainwell. Let's
Yeah,
go Gainwell. It should
let's.
be Edmonds, goddammit, but it's not.
And Justin wants to know, Eno still play with Darrell Henderson playing? Eno or Pittman? I'd still go Eno.
No, I'll go Pittman.
You're gonna go Pittman.
Yeah, yeah. They're gonna have to throw it. They're gonna have to throw it some, and I'll take that. I'll take my chance with that. Darrell Williams, like being a longtime CEH truther, like I remember what used to happen in Kansas City, and I know how they like to use Darrell Williams near the goal line. And if they don't have Connor, they're gonna use Darrell like they would use Connor. And Darrell Williams like sneaky decent out of the backfield catching the ball too, so that limits pass catching. And had a decent game last week, but the week before it was like 17 for like 29 yards. Like he did absolutely nothing as far as efficiency. I'm probably going to take my chances and go with the stud Pittman. He had 13 for what, a $130 or $140 2 weeks ago. Like I like Pittman even with Ellinger to be able to be the guy. I'll take
Wow.
my chances with Pittman, who I drafted higher.
All right. I wasn't thinking about the Darrell Williams play there, but I'm still gonna go Eno.
Okay.
Reason being, he's done pretty well. He's done pretty well in the offense. And the thing about Keontae Ingram in this offense, Eno Benjamin, Darrell Williams, James Conner, they're all the same kind of player. So I know Eno is going to get the upside of snap percentage in this game, first game back for Darrell Williams. They're not going to throw him out there and give him 30
Right.
attempts. They're not going to do it. So
No.
I think
I'm
he
just
gets
worried
the
about the
snap
vulturing.
share, and having that snap share leads to more opportunities, leads to him catching the ball a little bit more, leads to the running game. And I think, yeah, you're right. They may use Darrell Williams on the goal line, but I think that's where they really use Darrell Williams. We noticed, and this is a fun stat. I was listening to a podcast this week. Shout out Ian Hartitz. Who's his name? Oh, yeah. Kyler Murray has had one QB sneak. One.
Oh, that's changing.
And you would think about it, and you're like, why? Why? Because they don't script the smallest player on the team
I was going to say because he's
to
tiny.
do a QB sneak. He's sitting out there passing out lollipops in the Lollipop Guild. My pick is Eno Benjamin. Yours is Pittman. Justin, in this case, we would go to Swanson, who has not changed his lineup yet. Nope. Still there.
Don't call him. Don't you call him. We've been live for almost 2 hours. It's on him. Hyde was here and Hyde was at the wedding. He has people that can kick him and wake him up. He's got people that can shake him and tell him to fix his lineup. He could have tuned in and at least watched the tilt through one bloodshot eye. So if he doesn't set his lineup and he leaves Stephon Diggs on his bench, we can't be the people that woke him up and made him do it. No.
I mean, as the commissioner of the league, I feel obligated to
nobody's calling, nobody's chef. You're hoping, you're sitting there with your fingers crossed, like I hope he doesn't set his lineup. Whoever's playing Drew Huggard every week is hoping that Drew Huggard,
told Drew to set his lineup last week.
I see. I don't tell him to do anything. I just ask him if he wants to make a trade. I don't
like leaving injured players on starting rosters. It's not fair for the whole league. Everybody should set their lineups.
Okay, but it's not your job to tell him to set his lineup.
True.
I love him. I was with him cheering and jumping up and down the other night when the Phillies won that first game in Houston. We were at the bar jumping up and down and hugging like little schoolgirls. We were jumping up and down. Yay, let's go. But I'm not going to text you and tell you, be like, hey, my man, you're playing. Please put Stephon Diggs in so you can beat me. Like, no, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
I love it. We got a couple more tilts in. Silly stats coming in. Thanks
Welcome
for joining
in.
us this morning. Good morning, fellas. He says,
good morning.
Hey, said, I have Hunter Renfrow, Allen Robinson, Wan'Dale Robinson, Josh Reynolds. Need to start 2 full PPR. Thanks in advance. All right, so we know Waller is out. So we're going to play Renfrow.
And Wan'Dale.
Do you like Wan'Dale over Allen Robinson?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to roll with you. Wan'Dale Robinson, Hunter Renfrow, locking in. And good luck to you today, silly stats.
Just because, there's reasons. Van Jefferson's involved. I don't trust them against the 49ers. Allen Robinson's been burning you lately. Like, he did have a decent game last week, 2 weeks ago, but whatever. It's raining. Wan'Dale Robinson has run after catch, screen game, jet sweep game, smoke screen game. Like, that is all things. Those are all things that you're gonna need to do in a rainy game and in those conditions. So I like Wan'Dale Robinson, and we talked about Hunter Renfrow with the floor. So full analysis, yeah, Renfrow, Wan'Dale.
Zach, Eagles are targeting Kamara.
Yup, that's true. That is real. Kamara could be on the move in the next day or two. That is absolutely real. I forgot.
Wow, I'm kind of glad that I got rid of all my Miles Sanders shares in the offseason, huh?
That was a good move. And I would have taken Miles Sanders for the second round pick that you traded for, and I would have been wrong.
And I took the second round pick and picked up Dameon Pierce.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, look at him. Look at his face. Look at his face. I'm glad I'm not sitting across the table from you.
How you like me now?
I'm so glad I'm not sitting across the table from you.
Moving on, Mini Jordan coming back in. Full PPR, choose a flex. Mooney, Wan'Dale, London, or drops.
I love how you automatically just said drops. You didn't even go Dobbs. I mean drops. Like,
the guy's got 5 drops. He leads the league in drops this season.
And 2 of them were screens.
Aaron Rodgers'
like
beard
screens.
goatee is turning gray every game because of this kid. As much as I love Romeo Dobbs, I can't play him at this point. London, same thing. I'd love the upside of London.
It's 13 pass attempts for Mariota.
It's Arthur Smith. I want to just choke him.
I want to kill him. Yeah, bro. Give me the first 2. Oh, Mooney against the Dallas, though.
No, give me Wan'Dale Robinson.
Oh, he only needs 1?
Yeah, he just needs 1.
Oh, yeah, go Wan'Dale. I thought we needed 2. I thought we needed 2. We're good.
Nope, I think Wan'Dale, I think he still keeps his like 75% target share on the snaps.
Mini Jordan. Let's go Wan'Dale. Yeah, they just traded Tony away. Like, it's going to be his offense. Like, and I like him. He's electric. He's the same kind of player as Tony. Like, bring him.
Oh man, it's going good, man. I'm. What a great tilt show. What a great show, Juan. Thank you for joining me. I know you're not feeling 100%, but you know what? I could not tell that while you were on camera today. I really appreciate you coming in because I don't know how I would have handled all these tilts by myself.
No. You can't tilt alone.
I mean, I was going to call Justin up and say, hey, intern, get in here and earn your keep. You know?
Yeah. You could have brought Justin, but seriously, you can't tilt alone. That's why we started the tilt, is because you'd be sitting there Sunday morning and you're like, damn, you know what? Let me call the chef. Chef, what do you think? Who should I start? And we started this back and forth nonsense. You know, we've been doing it for years. And then COVID and all that. And we decided, like, you know what? Let's start recording these things because they're fun and they're interactive and they're cool. And then we started helping people. And now all of a sudden we have a brand and a following and a bunch of people. And we're so grateful and so flattered that people come and ask us for advice on fantasy football. We do have hardware to show for it. It's not like you know what I mean? We do have research that we do to show for it. We know our stats. But it's fun. It's communal. And you can't tilt alone. And tilt with the squad. And I'm happy to do it every week. And whatever we got to do to get up, somewhere Mr. Swanson is going to be kicking himself when he wakes up underneath the table at
He's
whatever.
Going to see my text at
no
105. I'm going to text him.
There you go. 101. I'll text him at 101. I'll do you one
Say,
better.
hey, bud, you forgot to set your lineup this week.
By the way, yeah. Oh, you know what? You can't text him at 101. The Diggs doesn't play till 8. Don't text him.
But who does he have in there right now? Can we see? Yeah, I still got it up here. Let's see. Let's see.
They'll be able to put in Diggs later.
Who does he have in right now?
Echo. He's going to put in Diggs later.
Oh, he already changed it.
Oh,
he already changed it. Maybe he's listening.
Sneaky devil. He's probably watching this right now.
Yep.
I thought I had a bye week this week.
You should know better.
I know. Mr. Swanson's on it. He's the one that tells us, watch your bye weeks, watch your flex players, make sure you start your guys that are playing in their position so you have flexibility later. He's that guy. Shout out, Mr. Swanson. I'm going to get you anyway.
Yeah, what's that matchup looking like right now? Potentially, you're still going to beat him.
Now that he changed it, it's probably closer.
I mean, 235 to 178 projection. You have a 60% chance of winning this matchup, Juan. I think you are golden. Uh,
Playoffs.
while we're in here, let's have a little fun. Let's look at my matchup this week. Oh,
another one.
oh, wow.
What are you?
Oh my.
9 projected to win. What is that? Jeez.
It's Big Ants. Shout out Big Ant for taking on this orphan.
The Tony team, and it's bad.
Yeah. Hey, there's Davis Mills. Hey, Davis Mills, how are you?
Listen, he's got Deontay Foreman going today. You never know. And Raheem Mostert, I'm pretty sure.
Raheem Mostert, yes. I wanted Raheem Mostert. I really did, but
He's
I needed a
got Deontay
quarterback.
Foreman. He's been picking up on the waiver wire. He's doing everything.
And just so the tilters know, look, Davis Mills in my lineup, Geno Smith on my bench. There's a reason for that. You know, we don't just tilt and say things. We actually live by our word. And Juan, we have hit the 12 o'clock mark. We have made it, my man, once again. Everybody in the chat, thank you.
Squad.
Thank you so much. Make sure to hit like and subscribe on our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/c/the tilt is real. Hit that notification, and every time we go live, you get notified. It's easy access. Easy access. To everybody in the chat that helped out today, we appreciate you. Just for a couple, Zach, Justin, Minnie Jordan, Silly Stats, TS, Jason Herrera, Self Tanksley, Kyle Mayer, newcomer, welcome aboard.
Big Greens.
JC Molieri, Big Greens. Kicks for Mike, very active today. Mo Diesel coming back in. Lucius, Eric Brewer, everybody that I did not mention, Jim Rambo.
Martucci.
And Joe Martucci, our fantasy football weather forecaster. To everybody, thank you. It's been a great week.
Yes, sir.
Look forward to another great week of football, and we will see you next time. Until then, we out. Peace.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Sunday Tilt. Visit us on YouTube at youtube.com/thetiltisreal and like and subscribe. We're live every Sunday from 10 a.m. to noon Eastern Standard Time. We'll see you all next week on The Tilt is Real.